Hello.
Hey. Hey, Nicholas Richardson.
Hello, Aaron Blake. How are you? Hello,
Good,
everybody.
mate.
How's it going? My voice just went from 1 decibel to 400 decibels.
What's different?
Welcome back, guys, to the second ever episode 02, episode 2 of the Tide Apparel Tide Talks podcast, a live podcast here on Twitch, and then re-uploaded, slightly edited to YouTube. How are you today, Aaron?
Man, I can't complain, you know.
That's good.
I don't have too much more to say on that.
Yeah. All right, guys. Well, thanks for watching. And
No, I'm good, mate. How you been?
yeah, no, look.
I feel like I haven't seen you since the last podcast.
Yeah, look, yeah. Kind
But
of.
I have. I definitely have.
We've seen each other. We have.
How do we do this? Do we sit here and pretend we haven't seen each other since the last episode?
No, absolutely not. We see each other a fair bit.
No.
Okay. It's good to see you about 3 minutes before the podcast.
Absolutely.
Well, we're back again. Who's in the chat? Andy, how you going? DJ, Riz, One Young, Angry, Ted. As Blake's in here as well.
Yeah.
Inky, the whole squad. Hey, guys, thank you for tuning back in. I'm glad you guys sort of enjoyed it enough to come and watch again, hey?
And I'm just so surprised by that.
Oh, there's Ecto. Setup looks nice. Thank you very much.
It is good.
Here we are.
It worked out well.
Hey, Rage, Girly, how are you? First time chatters, welcome in, guys. Welcome in. Thank you very much. So, yeah, well, look. What's happened in the last week, Azza? Let's have a little bit of a catch up on what's happened in the last week.
All right.
Let's start it off, eh?
Look, all I can remember is Fishing Friday, Fishing Sunday. That's it.
That's good. I went for a bushwalk.
Did you?
Yeah, it was actually really nice. Went out
Again?
in nature. Yeah, we're doing like a really nature thing on Sundays, so it was quite nice. It was very tranquil. It was very tranquil, and the serenity was high.
That just sounds terrible.
Did you catch some fish?
I did. So Friday, snapper fishing in the bay.
You would have caught some grinner.
Oh, you know.
So before we go into how good you obviously are at catching snapper, can we talk about?
Please don't say that.
Can we talk about first? What do you rate grinner as a fish? Like out of 10.
Man.
And for those at home, can you describe a grinner to everybody?
Can I describe a grinner?
Yeah, like paint a picture.
A grinner, in layman's terms, is a saltwater dildo with teeth.
But it looks like it's not from this planet.
Yeah, no, it looks like water dragon.
I thought, is it?
Yeah,
I know what it looks like, but
I'm talking to you, but
okay.
Yeah, it looks like a water dragon, just a long tubular body, a mouthful of teeth. I wish I had a picture because if anyone in here hasn't seen a grinner, they are outerworldly.
Just look, guys. Eventually, we will have the budget in the studio to do stuff like this, but we're sort of very all over the place with it all. But okay, so grinner, what do you think their sole purpose is as a fish?
To nick your line.
Okay,
Literally just to mark scafe your line. In my opinion.
We've got a message from a viewer here from Riz. Have you ever caught a grinner on a grinner? So
wait.
Caught a grinner and then that grinner's been eaten by another grinner?
No, I haven't. I have with pike. I don't know if you know what pike are, but I've caught like decent sized pike, and then pike the size of barracuda have eaten that pike. But I don't think I've had that with grinner. I don't even think grinner want to eat grinner.
No.
Have
you ever eaten a grinner?
No.
Has anyone home ever gone? You know those pages on Facebook where you guys know this. You go into it's like people go, "What? Give me a fish ID," and it's in their sink already.
Yeah, it's already filleted.
It's completely filleted. You're like, "Hey guys,
you got to try and determine what fish it is by the fillet of its flesh."
Just wondering if I can get a fish ID on this one here. Is there anyone at home or anybody out there watching this later? Have you ever eaten a grinner? What do they taste like?
Surely someone has tasted a grinner, and I bet. And I'll put money on it. I bet they're delicious.
You know what I reckon? I'm going to describe what I think a grinner would taste like. It'd be a cross between a prawn and chicken. Like it'd taste like pricking.
You can only hope.
Yeah. Anyway.
Yeah, that's how my Friday started off. So Friday,
Okay.
I looked at the weather Thursday night. Mm-hmm. I wanted to go fishing.
Yeah.
Moon was like, I I think it was just 2 days. Friday was 2 days after the full.
Was it a wax and gibbous?
It was Wayne and Nimbus.
Interesting.
Made that up. So
Wayne.
don't double check that.
Now check it, guys.
Yeah, so I checked. I looked at threadies. As I said, it was 2 days after the full, which is not, in my opinion, ideal for threadies. Looked at the bay. It was forecasted for 10 kilometres an hour, like southwesterly. I'm like, I can do that.
Yeah, punch out in it.
Yeah, I haven't chased. Ziv! Well, wait.
Gee whiz.
Wait.
Holy
I'm
moly.
not streaming games anymore.
Yeah, I
Relax.
got scared.
Ziz!
It was so loud in my ears that it spooked me. We're talking about moon phases, then you're yelling at me.
Oh, the Twitch kicked in.
Yeah,
But,
the Twitch kicked in. Bad.
Yeah, I haven't chased snapper like in at least a year, like if not longer, especially bigger snapper over towards Harry's. And yeah, looked at the weather, looked decent.
Yeah,
wasn't ideal wind, but 2 days after the full, not bad. I prefer 3-4 days after the new moon, but that's what we're working with. So I was like, yeah, screw it, we'll go in the bay. I had a sunrise, like first light sunrise.
was it a nice sunrise?
It was beautiful. Oh, that wasn't that great actually because there was a lot of cloud cover.
A mid sunrise.
It was a mid sunrise.
Okay, yeah.
This is why you didn't see it on my Instagram.
No, and you caught fish too. Usually when you
did,
see a
yeah.
sunrise, you donut it.
I didn't catch fish. Well, that's what I was about to say. So I had a sunrise coa line in with a.
Man, you are just.
with
What
a.
are these words? Have you?
Yeah, it was coa line with a tide change, which, as I said, I prefer with big snapper 3 days after the noon, like if I can get either a sunrise or a sunset and a tide change, like co-aligning with each other. We had sunrise, tide change. So I got out there, it was blowing it ended up blowing like 16 Ks, 17 Ks,
Just
straight
like-
westerly over near Harry's. So with the inlet there, it's tide against wind. So it was just absolutely terrible. Anyway, got out there, started flicking around a plastic, just plagues of grinner.
Like when you say plagues, okay, so for people at home, like every drop?
Every drop. So every drop I was getting bitten by grinner, and I was also after every bite and every drop, I had to retie my leader. So we'll get into the fish after, but so by the time I was actually catching like proper fish, like snapper and stuff, I literally was on my second length of leader, and I got a big wingspan, and I do a wingspan every leader tie. So there was that many grinner out there, just literally every drop.
Grinner are garbage and they cost you money essentially.
I mean, it was costing me. I was losing lures.
Okay.
Jig head, flip
everything
fade.
like that.
So
Okay.
a couple bucks there.
So before we get into the snapper that you caught, Punks said, what is your preferred setup for snapper?
So I prefer like spin. So like a 3K.
And why is that? Like over spin, because you use bait casters.
It's for the cast distance. Really,
Yeah, okay.
In my opinion, and like I don't have dedicated like bait casters for that. Like all my bait casters are like 30-pound setups, like for threadies, barra,
all that sort of stuff.
you know what I
yeah.
mean? So not ideal. So I do prefer spin. I prefer what is it like? 3K reel, like 20-pound max braid, and then I usually like rotate between 14-pound leader and 20-pound leader max.
Yeah.
Rod wise, like 10 to 17 max, if not a little bit less.
Is that so it just sort of covers you from all
it's
size
just-
of
yeah.
the snapper?
Like, sort that out, mate.
I don't know, man.
I don't know, 10 to 17 is still pretty heavy for snapper. I don't know what it is. Snapper's like a heavy fish and hard fighting.
Yeah.
And it's a question I can't answer. I don't know why I don't fish heavier for them, but that's sort of. And it just depends where I'm fishing. Like if there's heaps of structure and shit, you'd probably up that quite a bit.
So after that, so obviously you battled the grinner
Yeah.
and all that sort of stuff. You actually started seeing some fish.
All right,
after a little
so blowing its ass off, heaps of grinner. All right, then the wind backed right off to what it was supposed to be, maybe even less.
bit? Yeah.
Then I started catching squire, and I think like it was literally one after another for like half an hour. So I probably got about 10 squire. Got those 10 squire.
Yeah.
Grinner plagues come back in, and then I was back to
They knew.
Yeah.
This guy's caught enough squire. It's time to come back.
grinner even scare away snapper. So think about that.
They're a terrifying species. Ridiculous.
Just the most annoying thing. But yeah, so then the grinner come back in for whatever reason. snapper all disappeared, squire all disappeared. And by this time, I'm like, man, like, what's going on? Like, I've had, as I said, I had the sunrise with the tide change, like, and it's just not happening. And then, so Grinner come back in. I'm retying, losing lures, rah. Grinner piss off again. Then I caught, wind dropped right out. I caught, which I think is pretty cool, I caught a decent-sized Venus tusk fish. Only the one. And then I got a Mary cod, which I think is pretty cool. Not unlikely, but like I've caught.
Like a Mary cod?
Yeah, Mary cod.
Cod. Yeah, they're a nice fish.
Yeah. So it was literally this big bar. But still, beautiful fish.
Any fish is good fish, eh?
But I've caught like Nanagai out there.
Oh,
like saddlebacks.
Like grassies as well.
I've never caught grassies there. It's always like squire, Venus tusk fish, and then like cod and shit.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
So what was the biggest fish of the day?
So biggest fish, like jumping forward to that, 85 centimeters.
Which is, they're getting a bump then?
Yeah, they had a lump. I can show a photo on my phone in a second. But I also, like before that I got a 75 centimeter snapper. And that was like 10 minutes before that one. But before that, I hooked this snapper and I just, I couldn't stop it. But yeah, like that, that's what I was saying before I answered Punk's question. But yeah, this time I used a bait caster. So I used the Samaki.
When you got smoked?
Yeah. So like all of my fish, all the bigger fish were on bait caster.
Okay.
Yeah. Which is new for me. I don't use bait caster. But I've seen Joe Clark, which is one of our sponsored anglers.
Yeah.
If you don't know him. He uses bait caster and shit, and it sort of like got me interested. So I was like, I'm going to have a crack at bait caster. It was weird. Like striking snapper on a bait caster for whatever reason was like really weird. I had to put my hips into it because they're so far away when they hit. I don't know, it's just weird. Everything I'm used to with a bait caster is like vibing next to the boat and striking, or like winding and striking.
Yeah, there's the snapper there. So if you guys click that link in chat, thanks Punks for that. Yeah, look at that.
All right.
Look at this bloke, eh? Shout out to Punks, eh?
Thanks, mate. So that was the one. That was the 85. I almost didn't take a photo of the 85, but I didn't take a photo of the 75.
Yeah, okay. Now,
too lazy.
Going back to Joe Clark, just started his own YouTube channel as well.
He did
recently, chasing a lot of snapper. Is it Clarky's Fishing?
Yes, I believe so.
So make sure you check out Clarky's Fishing on YouTube. It's Joe Clark. If you don't know Joe Clark, he's a professional bodyboarder.
Man, he would be a good dude to get
we're going to get him on.
Like
he doesn't have a choice.
I don't know if he's ex-professional bodyboarder.
No, he's still pro.
Yeah.
I reckon he'd go out there and do some drop knees.
Yeah.
Do some 360s.
But I grew up, it'd be so interesting having me, but I grew up like idolizing Joe Clark, like through when I used to bodyboard as a young fella. And, in the last, 5 years, maybe 6 years, he started fishing and, man, like he picked it up quick.
Yeah, and that man's
born to be in the ocean.
Very, very good. Great content as well. He does very, very good things. So make sure you guys check out Joe Clark, not only on Instagram, but also his brand new YouTube channel, Clarky's Fishing. All things snapper in the bay at the moment.
Yeah, lunchy.
There's lunchy, yeah. So make sure, definitely go check him out. Now, look, guys, thank you for sharing your fishing tale.
Yeah,
it's nice.
So we ended up with a smoking, couldn't stop it.
Yep.
A 75, a 65, an 85. Took the 75 home to the missus because she wanted to feed a snapper.
Just a good bloke, aren't you?
Took it home, cooked it up whole in the barbecue. Disgusting.
Do you like eating fish? That's okay. No. Okay, quick question for everybody. Fishermen, how many fishers out there actually like eating fish?
Can I show you that?
Of course you can.
Like, who's trying to eat that?
Somebody.
Like a whole ass fish in the barbecue with its eyes melted.
But people
on it.
Like for me personally, like I don't like eating fish. I don't like eating fish at all. Like in saying that I kept a kingy, like chicken.
Kingy, I didn't mind kingy because
my missus did it with like this macadamia. It was delicious.
People eat that sashimi.
Like but I didn't eat sashimi.
Yeah, I did it once and it actually wasn't too bad, but it was like see through. It was that thin. Wow, I had one piece.
Just tastes like you're just eating a bit of air.
Yeah, just nothing. Yeah,
just soy sauce,
which is all right.
So it really wasn't. But yeah, like I personally don't. I'm not a big fish eater. But what about you guys? There's a few people say that you do, and DJ hates
Not
seafood.
for me. Love eating fish. Putrid. I like that. That's a good choice of words.
For me, it's
Love
solely just I'm sports fishing.
Yeah,
I love the hunt and the chase
See
and
what like
the spoon feeding of it. For
it's
me,
a battle for me because I like the idea of like going to catch fish, bringing it home.
you're a hunter gatherer.
Yeah, but like then it comes to eating it, and like even with that snap the other day, I was like, yeah, I'm bringing some fish home. I'm gonna eat some. Me and the wife, we're gonna have some.
You
fish.
sat there and you just like not
Mate,
today.
As soon as like I scaled it, like I'd gutted it at the boat ramp.
Yeah.
As I said, we cooked it whole. As soon as I got back and scaled it, it just a switch flicked, and I was like,
Every time I think of scaling fish, you know
It's
that guy
disgusting.
just puts the beater in the drill.
yeah. I wish I could do that.
That's
easy.
pretty cool.
I'm doing the old.
You got the scraper that comes in the,
And Brad, every
the
time
tackle
you-
box with like all the different lures.
Yeah, and no matter what you do, you always hit like a pectoral fin, and it puts a hole in you. So yeah, I scaled it up, and I was starting to get second thoughts. I'm like, am I doing this?
You
But
did
then,
it.
and I was still doing it at that point. Put it in the oven, the
Barbecue.
the barbecue. Sorry. By the time it was like we're checking on it, see if it was ready, and I seen its eyes and shit.
What do you mean? Was it looking at you?
No, it's just like cooked eyes, like. Yeah,
I don't know about that.
yeah, they're looking into your soul, but they're looking into nothing.
He's like, bro, I was
like
just
your nan.
swimming around down here.
It's like your nan on your 90th birthday. She's facing you, but you know she ain't looking at you. I'm sorry.
You can't compare your 90-year-old nan to a snapper on the barbecue.
She's not 90
It's
anymore, I'll tell you
diabolical.
that
Oh my god.
Same feeling. But yeah, so I looked at it. I'm like,
I'm going on. I'm hot. I'm
like,
sweating.
look, Miss Blake's here now. But
She
yeah, I
knows.
looked at it. I'm like, nah, I can't. I'm sorry, babe.
Mrs. Blake, how did you rate the fish? We got Az's lovely wife in chat. How did
Eyes taste good. Stop.
no Ted's
Stop it, Ted.
he's not well.
She'll give it a. She'll rate it high. She loved it. My kids love it, which is
Yeah, well, it's a fresh snapper.
yeah. But I hated fish growing up. My mum used to make me, and it was like every Friday or Sunday. She made me eat smoked trout, bro. And it was just like I'd smell it, and I'd be like, but I was just
And the dog.
I had to eat it, or my mum would flog me.
You can't call Azza like by that on stream. It's
What's
Azza.
that?
It was beautiful. The kids
Oh,
loved it.
and the dog. Yeah, the dog did love it actually.
Smoked trout is gross. Look, every time I think of that, my dad made me eat spam once. Have you eaten spam before?
I don't hate spam.
I'd rather eat snapper over spam.
No,
It's a great debate, guys. Spam or snapper?
spam. Bit of Marty sauce.
Don't let
on
the
some
fish be
bread.
the judge. Bit of dead horse, mate.
Is that what it is?
What?
Spam?
Dead horse?
Yeah.
Nah, tomato sauce.
Oh, okay. I thought spam was dead horse for a second.
a bit of Marty's. I think spam's just dead horse cut up. You know, they go to the ranch and anyway, we're getting distracted.
But yeah, so man, like, and that it also makes me think just on another subject, like the amount of meat that come off that 75.
Yeah.
It makes me think about when people take their bag limit.
How much fish they're actually
Bro,
getting.
like that's 75. I think like babe, Jess can like reaffirm this, but I'm pretty sure we got heaps left still.
Well,
And that fed like everyone in my house except for me, including my dog.
my old neighbour, absolute legend of a human being, right? He would do like an annual trip away and they keep their bag limit and he'd stock his freezer.
Yeah.
He'd have like a big chest freezer and we'd stock it. He'd stock it and he'd have fish for the whole year
I just
until he goes away next time.
freezing fish and then eat it.
I don't know, man. I don't know.
Like
Like
if you are gonna eat it,
gotta eat it fresh.
yeah, like when I did that Great Barrier Reef trip,
Yeah.
that was the only time I've really like probably enjoyed fish. It was literally cold trout in the boat, dispatch,
Knock a fillet
knock a fillet off,
and eat it.
cook it up. however
Plus
you
you're
cooked
hungry.
it. Yeah, plus a little bit of sashimi and
Probably had
stuff.
12 beers as well.
I wasn't Macca drunk or the biz.
Yeah, shout out to Mac.
I was there, bar.
I was there. So you're there in spirit.
Yeah, but that's the only time I've really like enjoyed fish. So-
Yeah. Well, there you go. That's Blake's story.
but that was my fishing on Friday.
Well done, Asa.
Sunday wasn't as good. But
Where'd you do? You chase
Threadies.
threadies. Yeah.
Thready Sunday, plenty around.
Just trying something a bit different.
I was trying something different. I went purely live scope, perspective mode.
Yeah.
the whole time I was fighting the urge to just use side scan and looking
Something
back
what
at
you
it.
what you know, yeah.
Looking back at it, I wish I did because I
Yeah.
probably could have boated some fish. But yeah, I just stuck with perspective, light jig head, rappler, heavy hitter,
Rappler. What's up, Ben? How you doing, mate?
you going, man?
Rapala?
Yeah,
right.
Rapala, heavy hitter, 1/4 ounce jig head, and the fish were like sitting in like a meter to like 600 mil of water, like tailing,
That's cool.
swirling on
And
the
decent sized fish too.
yeah, like they weren't huge. They're just this time of year fish, so probably 700 to a meter long.
700 mil to 800 mil long. Good
pretty
flatted
much.
those ones.
But yeah, that's swimming around. Watching them on the perspective was really cool. Like watching them chase it, like mullet and prawn and stuff.
Yeah.
And then watching them follow my lures. I had 3 hits, head buried in the sounder, so I just missed every single one of them. And
That's the problem with you
come home
live
with a
scope
donut.
fishermen.
It really is. now I look like Hunchback from Notre Dame. Terrible hips.
Speaking of live scope, before we go any further, I just want to give
Sorry, Scooter.
a massive shout out to Chris from GFAB Engineering. Chris, GFAB. Absolute legend. He has sent up a package for the Tide Apparel boat, which we are going to open on stream. First ever unboxing.
I haven't even seen this.
Yeah, but like it's close.
I'm still waiting for mine in the mail. It hasn't rocked up yet. But thank you very much, Chris, for hooking all the boys up.
It's a communal one, this one. So shout out to GFAB. If you want to check out what GFAB does, GFAB Engineering.com. I got it right. Got it right. Make sure. No, it wasn't. But when I got to actually remember things, I'm not good at it, right? I'm better at just freestyle, like the song Freestyler. I'm like a Little Wayne, he doesn't write his songs down. Doesn't write his songs down. We just go out there with the freestyle, right?
exactly how I live my life.
Sometimes maybe good.
You
Sometimes
comparing
maybe
yourself to Lil Wayne, are you?
kinda.
Jesus.
But no, a massive shout to Chris from GFAB. Chris is a phenomenal cod fisherman down there in the blistering cold
Just
weather.
a phenomenal fisherman. I watched him chase barra and he's good.
Oh, but
he's
he's
good all round.
well, he's
But
down
yeah, cod, definitely cod.
Victoria.
He is, yeah. The land of the hopeless. No.
What does that even mean? The
I don't know, there's not a lot going on in there. There's burnouts and cod fishing.
There's burnouts everywhere.
Yeah, but especially
We're at
down there.
Logan right now.
So yeah, I didn't see burnouts.
Anyway.
I took that too far.
Yeah, no,
I'm sorry.
Take that back. I'm
sorry to all the people
anyone
down there.
from Victoria, it is not the land of the hopeless.
Beautiful
it's the land of
people.
the hopeful.
Sometimes I let bad decisions come in the way of comedy.
You said a lot of things there. You said a lot of words there. So we. Oh my god.
Anyway,
So Chris makes all the transducer poles that you can turn and all that for your live scopes. He makes all the mounts. So this is a sounder mount.
this is
And
and a telescopic sound amount.
Yeah, that we're going to put on the front of the boat. So we
What's going to be going on that, Richard?
a 16-inch Garmin sounder,
An 8416.
an 84-16, 16-inch sounder right up there. Look at that. Okay,
Massive.
We would have had a 42-inch TV, but I don't know if that's legal in Queensland. I'm not too sure, but maybe eventually. But we're going to have a 16 at the front.
Potentially a 12 as well, maybe, depending on what you want to do.
Yeah, we're thinking about running the 16 and a 12. So the 12 with side scan and then the 16 for the perspective for live scope. And obviously it's going to be...
You better catch Richard.
No, it's
There's
not
a chance.
It's not for me.
Yeah, lucid.
Hey,
Come on,
listen.
bro.
It's
Ages.
look. What I need you to understand, DJ. Okay, and I'm gonna reiterate. Is that the right word?
Yep.
I'm not a good fisherman. I just like fishing. And is there anything wrong with that?
Nothing wrong with that.
All my fish.
But you'd think after a certain amount of
no,
time,
wrong.
you
just
progress.
you just have friends who are way better at fishing, and they just get this thing out of the top drawer next to the knives and forks. It's called a spoon, right? And they bring it and they give it, and you know what I mean. That's what I'm here for. You know
Oh, you got the same shirt on. Why don't you just kiss?
who?
Lucid. Why don't you just kiss each other?
Whoa. Whoa, okay. Shout out to you, Lucid. Thanks for running Tide, mate. Appreciate it. Hey, Chris, how are you? So we're going to open this up.
Chris.
Again, a massive shout out to GFAB, Chris from GFAB. If you guys need sounder mounts, anything like that, he'll. So look, there is a little sneaky addition to the sounder mount. He's like, do you want this? And I was like,
Did you get it, did you?
well, we're going to find out. And honestly, guys,
Might have to get back on the beers for this one.
absolutely not. It's been nearly 8 years.
It'd be rude not to.
Maybe 2 monsters at the front.
Yeah, true.
Just
Or
peak energy.
Dare iced coffee.
Look, okay.
And a kid's yogurt rub beside it.
Look, honestly, nighttime, the sun going down, a Dare is a Dare double shot espresso
Yep.
in each side.
Or espresso intenso.
Yeah, if you want it depends on how you feel. If you're a bit flat, have an intenso. A blue Powerade. No, we're not going out partying.
No one's trying to get hydrated.
We're not partying. It's not like we've just woken up from a big night out. We're trying to
Powerade.
catch fish.
Next you're going to suggest water? Drink water every now and then? Nah.
When
Boring.
I like drinking water, but when you're on the boat, you got to drink criminal beverages. It's like driving on the highway. Well, I'm holding the knife.
Criminal.
It's like when you're on the highway, if you're in the fast lane and you go on the speed limit, get out. The fast lane is not for the speed limit.
It's made for boys like us.
It's the same thing when you're on the boat. You don't just want to have water and be alert. You want to have a caffeinated beverage.
Cigarette.
Well, for those who smoke cigarettes, of course.
Pretty
I mean,
jealous.
Vapes are pretty popular now.
Yeah,
we don't condone any of this, obviously. But for me, it's caffeine. If I'm fishing into the night, I need to be fully, highly caffeinated. It takes bananas on the boat for their shape, not their flavour.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Sometimes you get bored, fish aren't biting.
Taste of banana. Just, okay, anyway.
A couple of different things you can do.
Okay, all right. So again, guys, shout out to Chris from GFAB, man. Absolute legend. This is the bluntest knife. Okay, another thing before we get into this, okay?
That is not blunt.
Bro, listen to me. Someone has been using my knife.
Oh.
We have our own designated
Take a
knives.
guess.
Yeah, I know who it is. It's you.
Me? Bro, I've got a switchblade down there.
I know you do. No, Chris has just done a very good job packaging this. So.
He does like just everything he does with this company. Like obviously the stuff he makes is top notch.
Yes, of course.
It looks amazing, but he's really nailed it with like advertisement and stuff.
Yeah,
I think. You know, I mean, like most things you show up, it's an ad. You're like, yeah, okay, I get it. But like, I feel like all these ads he makes really engaging, and you know, you're getting a product for fishermen by fishermen, which I think is a pretty big deal.
Scotty's really upset about people not reading his comments. Hi, Scotty.
Sorry, it's so hard, man. This is such a different.
We're not just we're trying to engage, but also
it's just different with two people. Like when you're streaming by yourself, you're talking to the chat.
That's exactly right.
It's actually quite difficult, Scotty. So if you want to just kick back and relax a little bit, I would thoroughly appreciate.
Just
that.
Enjoy the show.
Okay.
All right.
Scooter.
Or we have to get security.
If you want to talk to me,
meet
me in the bike racks.
3 p.m. Look at the first thing on top. Have a look at it on top.
Yeah, you did get it.
Again, I just want to give a massive shout out to Chris for this one.
Such a small thing is so exciting.
Oh, bro.
Oh
my God. Keep that can handy. I'll meet you there easy, you reckon? Okay, anyway. All right.
Probably smash me, too.
Probably.
I'll see you get puffed out inside.
All right. Whoa. Okay, so straight up, we got some GFAB stickers. I'm going to stick those on the boat.
Beautiful.
What's that? What do you got there? Have a look. Some clamps.
That's Damo department right there.
Yep. So, these are the quick connect boxes.
Oh, is that so you
Yep.
pop it? Oh, so
and then the travel mount, so you can hook that up.
So this, I believe, this mounts to your boat.
Yeah, and you
It
can
allows you to slide
it in and out. It'll
Oh no, this is for like the cords.
Yeah, it'll connect.
Anyway,
Yeah. And then we got the travel mount, so this will sit, and your pole will sit in there with it.
Okay.
It's really, really high quality.
Yep.
Really, really high quality. So literally, if you guys are thinking about
Investing,
which
I am,
and it says if you use Garmin or Lowrance, pick one. He makes two for Garmin and Lowrance. Very cool. So those are there. Bit of cardboard.
come on.
Not bad. This, should we show that last?
Yeah, up to you. Might have to pop it up and
Yeah, no, we're going to show
give them a preview.
Okay. I'm going to put that down. Now, oh my God, dude.
What is in here?
Oh, there's
you got one.
Oh my Lord, it's the handle.
He's been looked after, chap.
Oh my Lord. Ladies and gentlemen, you have no idea.
I'm going to move this out of the way.
The box?
Yeah.
Is there more in it?
Yeah. You just put it down here if you want.
Pack it. Look, I'm going to let you guys know something. This was delivered in under 48 hours too. Oh, this thing.
Why do you keep doing that?
I don't know, man.
It's
Ladies,
your one bit of decoration.
ladies and gentlemen, look at this.
Look at that.
Look at that, dude.
Get this out of the way.
I don't even know. Oh, this one spins?
Yeah, so you tighten it and like telescopic type shit.
Look at that, dude. Holy moly.
Very cool.
Dude, this is absolutely phenomenal. Look at that.
Give me a look. Need the handle. Very cool. How,
I'll put the handle here. It is here. Look at this thing.
oh, wait, you know
No,
what?
no.
No,
I don't know either.
Yeah, very cool. Oh, that's the handle.
It's just because of the way it has to sit, I think.
Yeah.
Anyway, we'll cross that bridge, but very, very cool indeed. You can see on there the GFAB Engineering on the front there.
Yeah, I want one of these so bad.
Well, this is the G-Rex. Then you got the handle to tighten it and loosen it there, so you can fold it up and
I
down.
wonder what the difference between G-Rex and the MIDI is.
I don't know, man, but tell you what, when you're sitting there and looking down at a sounder, the difference between having something low and then having something higher is just, it's absolutely phenomenal. Yeah, what is happening there?
I don't know, we'll work it out later. It must be adjustable.
Yeah. Anyway,
You'd hope anyway.
we'll figure that out. We'll figure that out. Very cool. All right, moving on. This here is something very important. Let me move this. Ugh, down here.
So he sent you that.
Yep.
Oh, for the...
So we have a pole coming as well. And this is the handle to go on the pole. So this handle is glow in the dark. If you guys ever have fished at nighttime or scoped at night,
I have.
and you want to know at least where your handle is, because
It's more, I believe it's more
direction.
for the decky. Because as a
I guess.
captain,
Yeah.
you sort of know where the handle is, where you put it last. Rah. It's the guy standing next to you that can't see past you, can't see the handle.
Yeah.
It gives you a good indicator of which way the transducer's facing.
This is like, honestly, dude, this is cool as hell, because this literally it's like a grip.
Yeah.
It's like a BMX grip.
I can do a tail whip.
Dude, no joke. You could do a tail whip with that. Like
That's cool.
I would run, like, it's soft and it's like a grip, so it's like a BMX grip.
Very cool.
So that's a sounder stand. This is the sounder stand here. And it goes up. Look at that, dude. It's cushioning.
Perfect.
So this is the sounder stand here, chap. And your sounder will sit on top of this, and it'll mount to that, and you can mount the other one on there as well. So you can have your sound as a 16 and all that sort of thing. Very good.
Very good vet enough.
And then obviously this is to tighten up and down. Look, the fact that he makes all this branded as well, phenomenal. And then you got the illumination.
Illumination.
Yeah, so
station.
it folds down, because when you're traveling, you want it down. You don't want your sounder just going,
Especially on the highway and stuff.
so you can fold it down. What else we got?
She is on the piss a little bit, Scooter. We'll figure that out. There'll be some.
I think that's an us issue there. We got a billet, cable, and a gland.
Oh, a gland.
Oh, we got a gland.
That's exactly what we needed.
We needed some glands.
What is it?
And we also another cable gland
So that's
as
for your,
well.
for your cables, yeah.
And there's another one.
Man,
And look, more wire clamps. Chat, he can do everything. Listen to me, everything. This is like Christmas. Now, the thing that I'm nearly more excited about than anything is this.
Just so clean, eh?
Look at this.
Right.
Look at that.
Couple of
This here?
dual piss holders.
That there that there attaches to the pole, right? And you can then put your beverage in there.
Beautiful. Couple of drain holes, some grip in there, just in case you get up on the plane. Couple beers in the cup, don't drink drop.
Oh my god.
You know what I'm trying to say?
Look at this.
What else?
Look at the multi-mode.
Oh, you got multi-mode?
Look at the
Who is, bro, fit this stuff before I go away next week, please.
ladies and gentlemen, we have multi-mode.
He's ignoring me, chat. I need this on the boat.
Well, it's not about me. It's up to Damo.
It's not about me.
It's up to Damo.
Yeah, we'll reach out to him.
Damo.
No, I'll message him. You don't know what this is. So this, your transducer attaches to this. This attaches the pole. It's just a very quick and convenient and easy way to switch between perspective and forward and down mode without having to unscrew all the shit and. Oh.
So if you guys
it doesn't have this.
if you guys don't know, so like with your live scope, you have perspective, which will look pretty much straight ahead, shoot a beam out. Then you got your forward, which is like a narrow sort of beam that's like up and down in the water column. And then you got straight down mode as well, which is like your normal traditional sounder. And it's a live scope. Very cool. Very, 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 very cool.
I'm jealous. Look at it. Even the package. You know what this packaging reminds me of? Nicholas Richardson.
Bro, we haven't even finished yet.
But you know what this packaging reminds me of?
What?
Like Secret Lab. Like where your Secret
Yeah.
Lab comes in.
This is a big thing, guys. It's not just the way that things are manufactured, it's how they're presented as well. That's what I said, we haven't finished yet.
Bro, who are you?
No. Who is GFAB?
Who is he?
He is him.
Who is we?
He is him. GFAB is him.
That is actually very cool.
So we got our own GFAB scissors as well. And GFAB pliers. So guys, go to GFAB Marine.
That's a big deal, bro.
Bro, proper. Holy mackerel.
Why you get Christmas and I don't?
Well,
get
because you get to use it.
Yeah, well, Damo.
Damo, can anyone get Damo on the phone?
I'm messaging Damo today, chat.
GFAB marineengineering.com. Go there and buy something. Go support him.
Wow, that's quality.
Bro, it's absolutely phenomenal. What do they feel like?
No, this shit.
Okay, well.
I'll take them home
you
and
better
I'll try and
use-
fix them at home.
Yeah, let me have a feel of that. Bro, they're so
Actually
lightweight.
pretty good. Bro, you
Listen
looked
up.
after Tide, man. Shout out.
Yeah, a massive shout out to GFAB, guys. Massive, massive shout out to
Cool.
GFAB.
That was Christmas.
Holy. What an unboxing. I was like, dude, I wasn't ready for this.
Bro, I thought it was just going to be a stand. And then maybe that. I wasn't sure if he got it or not.
Above and beyond. Above and beyond.
It's ridiculous.
Bro, I'm so pumped that like I got a grip for the handle. So the transducer handle's coming next week too, guys.
Cool. Wonder what's going to be in that box. Bunch of lures. That's cool.
I thought this was Tide. This is Tide. But
I thought this was Tide.
we just did an unboxing for GFAB Marine, who have just sent some stuff up for the Tide boat.
Very cool. Yeah, I got live scope. Lucid. I don't have all that stuff, which is on my list. Lucid. Have you?
Just can't take a deep breath here.
Have you got live scope, Lucid? Is what I was trying to say. Have you played with it at least?
Well,
Let me have my tweet.
he can.
Okay, yeah.
Well-
man,
Should we talk about Damo quickly?
absolutely.
Do you want to talk about Damo?
What would you like me to say about Damo?
Do you want to give Damo a
So
rundown?
Damo is a not
Legend.
individual. He's a legend. He's a
He has his own
He's-
marine mechanic
yeah.
business.
There's a word, and when I try and think of
An
words
entrepreneur?
on Twitch, no,
Genius.
we're gonna go with all of those. But
He's an all-rounder.
Damo, yeah. I'm trying to think of what he like. He's a fitter. He's a mechanic, boat fitter. He does everything. He's so Damo is Pro Talk Marine.
Pro Talk Marine.
Yeah, he does everything. I don't know what to like.
So Damo has been. I've known Damo for a very, very long time. I want to say,
Bragging.
have you not known him for a very long time?
But I didn't say it.
Am I allowed to speak? Sorry, I had to listen to you stutter for the last 35 seconds.
I was trying, but
So I've known
he's independent is what I was trying to say. That was the word I was thinking of. So yeah, continue, mate.
I've known Damo for like 10 plus years, I reckon. And he's worked on every Tide boat, every boat that I've had. He's done everything. I've watched him cut consoles on and off and put new consoles and on and do everything. With a few bush chooks under his belt as well. He's not afraid. He's not afraid at all. But very good at what he does. And he went out recently-ish on his own and started Pro Talk Marine. And honestly, as soon as we got the Tide boat going, he was the first person I called, and he gave me all the help he needed that I needed for that.
It's another one of those companies that essentially it's for boaters, but for fishermen.
Yeah,
and
of course
he's a fisherman.
Yeah.
That's the biggest thing about Damo, I would say, is because he spent a lot of time on boats and especially fishing on boats. There's those little things that he can be like, "Hey, look, if you do it this way, and it's exactly his quality of work is unmatched.
It's true. So, again, shout out to Chris from GFAB. But yeah, Damo will be putting everything on the Tide boat, and we'll give you a bit of a walk through of that once it's all set up. We're going to go, I dare say, chase some barramundi with it.
As I said, I'm going on the 30th. He doesn't want to go because he pretty much hates fishing. What are you going to say to chat about that?
Well, I've been put on the spot here, haven't I?
Yeah. Why don't you want to go fishing?
No, I won't. The boat's going to be in the shed.
Better not be.
It's going to be in the shop.
Better not be.
It's going to be getting some overnight parts from GFAB.
Better not be.
Well, it's 30th is it's too soon. Aussie hates fishing. Okay, all right.
If you ever need any mechanical design drafting for Tide, hit me up. What does that entail and what does that mean?
Essentially, like Transformers, a breakdown on how transform. I don't know.
I thought you meant serious.
Oh, Scotty's invited him. There you go. Take Scotty
next
with
Friday.
you.
We on. Man, look, I love you, Scotty.
Wow.
But like,
whoa,
to take you up there.
Can we get some woes in chat?
I look like a real bad person here.
How about we just cut that? Yeah.
Oh. I love you, Scotty.
You don't need to say that. His missus says that. Wow.
I'll say it too. But look, I'm going up there too.
What about Ben? He wants to come. You want to take him as well?
Ben knows how to chase barramundi.
Well, so you...
it's a better option, Scooter. I'm sorry.
Scoot, you know I'd do that for you.
He wouldn't.
No, I wouldn't.
It'd be like two worlds collide into you. You'd come home with minus fish.
He's got a point. We're
roughing it as a solo.
How's going solo?
Going up there, clear the head. Not really. I'm making that up. I'm trying to take some of the pressure off saying no to you. My missus has kicked me out.
Yeah, his missus kicked him out of home, guys. Yeah, it's rough.
Doesn't like me anymore.
No, we won't dive into that one. It's a rough topic.
That's not the case.
It is, but it's not.
No, yeah. It's my daughter's birthday.
There's like just go, my God.
There's a party, and I don't need to be around a bunch of little teeny boppers listening to Taylor Swift. So off to the Barramundi Lake we go.
You don't like Taylor Swift?
I don't like Taylor Swift.
Okay.
Is that not normal?
Taylor Swift's a pretty good artist. I feel like we're rambling a little bit on this podcast.
What a podcast for?
Yeah. Well, there you go.
You want to talk about Taylor Swift, Jack?
Well, it's just fine. Look, stop making it worse. Okay,
Yeah,
we'll just scrap that one.
We'll talk after the podcast. Go.
Geez, Scotty, that's a rough one, man. I'll call you on the way about that.
Do I still play FTG? As much as I'd hate to sit here and talk about playing FTG, yeah, I do.
And that's the last that's going to be said about that.
It's a terrible place. No, it's all right. I'll still play it.
You'll get an invite in 20 years. Speaking of long time, this year marks a pretty big milestone for Tide Apparel. Guys, moving right along. Very, very big milestone for Tide. Tide Apparel this year marks 10 years of working with BCF.
It's amazing. Impressive.
It's ridiculous.
Not amazing. It's impressive.
From a little garage brand to where we are now, still a garage brand.
A bigger garage
We
brand.
just now have a podcast.
Yeah.
Yeah, a garage brand with a podcast now. 10 years of a massive company like BCF going, you know what? We'll give this a little tacker a go.
And continuing.
And continuing to give us a go. So, and not only that, but allowing us to do collaborations and stuff like that with them. So just want to take a quick second to say a massive thank you to all the guys at BCF past and present that we've worked with and continue to work with. It's pretty special to be in that store, and especially alongside brands like Quicksilver and the Hueys and stuff like that. It's pretty cool.
Quicksilver ain't got niche on us.
All right. Well, they do.
Yeah, real controversial, eh?
Gee whiz.
I'm only kidding.
No, but it is very, very special to be in there. So, and especially alongside those brands. Thanks, Lunchy. But yeah, look, I think one day, one podcast, I'll sit down and do a big chat about.
I was going to say, I don't know if you want a few moments of content here, but what I was going to say, why don't you short form? You know, how it all began.
With Tide in BCF or just Tide in general?
Or no, just Tide in general. Like, I want to know, and this is something I haven't asked you, but I want to know, were you fishing the quarry and you're like, man, I can do a clothing brand. Like, I could, where did Tide,
where did it come from?
You know, a lot of people Let's Go Clothing Co. You know, there would have been a story all me and my mates go, let's go. You know what I mean? Was there something like that? Was Tide something that you...
Look,
was there another name and then you're like...
No, so there was only ever one name.
Yeah.
And so Tide, I was fishing a lot with Josh back in the day. We couldn't really afford... We couldn't afford a boat or anything like that. So we went halves in a double kayak. Yeah. And
I did the exact same thing on my mate Bo.
Yeah. So we spent a lot of time together on a double kayak, and that's super straight, right? It's just easy. One dude paddles, you can cover ground, you can go to places that no one really gets to, and it's some of the best fishing you'll ever do.
Could you do that now?
No.
Yeah.
Absolutely not.
No, I'm gonna think anything worse.
Absolutely not. I'm not 20.
Yeah.
I'm old now.
Say how old you are.
Nope. Too old, Chad. So yeah, we were just fishing nonstop, and it was enjoyable. And I don't know if you guys do this, but whenever I'm into something, I always like to rep that thing or show that I'm into it. And the best way for me was to.
You mean if you're a BMX rider, you wear
BMX shirt?
clothes,
Yeah, you wear a BMX shirt,
sure.
so people on the street go, "Oh my god, that guy, he's into BMX because he's got a Colony shirt on."
Yeah.
Yeah. So Josh and I actually went to BCF and we're like, "Oh, let's get a fishing shirt each because we love fishing. Fishing's cool." We actually we went and bought setups from remember the camping and outdoors place in Narang there? Mm-hmm. Yep.
What's it called?
John was working there back then, and he showed us some setups and all that sort of stuff to get, and we got into it, and we were fishing just straight mono with lures. I've bait fished my whole life, just straight
mono with lures.
Yeah,
wind on mono.
Dude. We did not have much money.
Yeah,
it was like a $50 setup.
Yeah, okay. So I come with mono on it.
Yeah, it was
So you were specifically, can I
didn't get
some 12-pound mono?
Absolutely
Can
not.
You put this
no,
on
we
the
weren't
reel?
at that point. That's a little bit later. We went to Oxenford Bait and Tackle, and Rob March. That's when he was working there. And a massive shout out to Rob March. I don't know if you'll ever see this, but Rob March probably helped me personally fishing wise more than a lot. So shout out to Rob March, man. If you ever see this, you're an absolute legend. Thank you for everything you did back then. But yeah, Josh and I were fishing nonstop, and we're just double kayaking, just straight double kayaking. And let me tell you something, bro. Back then, I was terrified of sharks. Still am. Still terrified of sharks. So I was like, when we're getting the setups and everything like that, I was like, hey, can I get a whacker just in case a shark comes up?
You try and smack the shark.
Yeah, So I wanted one of those little mini bats.
Yeah,
you remember those?
Yeah, the kill bat.
Yeah, the kill bat. So I wanted one of those in the kayak with me. And I was always a bit too scared to go into deeper water. Anyway, not talk about my fears right now. We can cover that in another episode. But and then we went into BCF one day and we were looking around and we're like, hey man, I want to get a shirt. And Josh was like, yeah, I want to get one. I ended up buying a Berkeley shirt. It was a white shirt with a red Berkeley logo. Yep. And I think Josh got a Rapala one.
Yeah, shit.
And I got a pair of boardies. and I was like, this is cool, but I feel like there was something missing.
I was going to say, like,
There
sorry
was-
to
there
cut
was
you
a
off,
gap.
but was there like any
Nothing.
independence? Or
It was at Oxenford BCF.
yeah. So it's just Daiwa, Shimano, Rapala.
Yeah, it was just
Berkeley.
it was at the back, right at
Yeah.
the back. And I remember going down there, and I'm just like, this is it.
Hmm.
I'm happy with this. Let's run this. And then we got those, and I ended up putting it on, and felt like a fisho.
Yeah.
A fishing jersey was not even a thing for me then. I didn't care about the sun.
Yeah. I didn't for a while.
I just
was the
wanted,
same.
I'll take my shirt off.
Because when I got serious about lure fishing, I'm like,
Yeah.
what is
Then you got
everyone
to
wearing?
look the part a little
Yeah.
bit more.
Daiwa. Sweet, done.
Exactly. So then, yeah, we just do that. And I seen this. I felt like there was like a gap missing. I was like, man, you know.
But be
like-
honest, is that what you thought? Like,
Yeah, I really
Yeah.
did, because there was nothing
Yeah,
for me.
okay.
And I was like, and like, I was in an apparel industry. I was like BMX rider, and I was sponsored by Unit.
Yeah.
I was sponsored by the clothing brand Unit back then. I don't know if everyone remembers Unit, but shout out to Unit. They gave me a job when I probably
Shouldn't have had a job.
didn't deserve one back then at all. I was a hopeless employee. But shout out to them for giving me a job back then. But I was like always around, you know, that and seeing that and clothing brand and what they're working on and all that sort of thing. And I was like, man, like it'd be cool to do this. And like back in the day when I was a kid, I actually had like a scrapbook and I would draw pictures of people in clothes.
Yeah,
And like
okay.
try and design my own clothes. I don't know if you ever remember a brand called Big Deal back in the day. I don't remember a brand called Big Deal, but anyway, they were from Logan.
Yeah,
A bunch
okay.
of Logan lads.
What is that like?
BMX skate.
BMX,
Yeah.
okay.
And I thought it was cool.
Yeah.
I thought it was so cool. And I used to draw. Anyway, so I always had an idea and an interest in it, right? Don't draw without clothes as well. Holy. Yeah, just blokes. No blokes. Anyway, so then, yeah, I had no idea what I was doing or how to even, you know,
I remember human skate shoes. Too.
human. Yeah, Josh had a pair and
cool.
I was so jealous. I had
Yeah.
links and he had human. Ridiculous.
tongue on 'em.
Hey, Ken. And I was like, well, I need to learn. And so like the head of design and unit, she was there. Her name was Ellie, and she was like, you need to study. Like if you got to learn how to do this. And I was like, I'm like, I don't even know how to turn a computer on. No idea. I think I was like 23 maybe back then, something like that. No, but like I started like 24.
Yeah, okay.
Ran about then.
Yep.
And so guys, you can gauge how old I am. I won't ramble too much more, okay? But I'll just
No,
give you
fine,
guys
go.
where it started.
I think this is interesting.
But yeah, we just
Someone I haven't asked.
I started studying. I remember going into a design college and there was people wearing like velvet jackets and like they were the trendiest, coolest people I've ever seen. And they're like, so how much do you know about Mac? I'm like, I don't even know how to turn a computer on. They're like, what are you doing?
What was Mac the thing? Was it?
It's the only thing you
Oh,
use.
really?
It's
I don't know.
look around.
I hate them.
No.
I hate Macs.
No, Mac's the life, bro.
Give
for real.
me Windows.
No, it's just
I don't know, man. Windows, mate.
no.
See, all this other shit on here would have worked if you had Windows.
This works fine.
Yeah,
But this is not for this.
yeah, but still.
Anyway, we're not gonna have the great debate between Mac and Windows, are we? And then I remember studying,
Yeah.
and I'd go into class, and because
So at this point, had you figured out the name Tide?
No.
yet?
I didn't have a license,
You're just
then.
like,
I lost my driver's license. So
Yeah.
as soon as I started studying, we don't need to get too far into that. But I lost my driver's license, and my partner that I'm with now, God bless her soul, she would drive me
Yeah.
because I started after work, and I do it twice
Yeah,
a week at
okay.
night time. So she'd
Yeah.
drive me to and fro.
Yeah.
And I was sitting there and I was like, it's crazy. I was like, I really, as much as I liked having a job, I didn't like having a job.
No one likes that.
I'm forced to be in somewhere I don't like.
100%.
You know what I mean?
Especially if you're not doing your hobby,
That's exactly right. And
your pastime.
like by this stage, I was nearly getting out of BMX completely because I was just washed up and old. And then I was like, you know what, man? Like, I don't want to go to work tomorrow. And then I don't know if there's anyone playing at home, but the very first design I did was F work, catch more fish, because I just did not want to go to work. And I remember sitting in the back of my classroom and they were teaching us Illustrator, and I was learning like basic typography. As you can see, like the design was very, very mid. Like, oh my god, dude! Like
It worked. But
it worked, but it was very mid.
Yeah.
It, like below mid.
sometimes simple is
Yeah.
good.
And I remember doing that shirt, and I was like, man, I kind of want this. I kind of want this to work. And I was like,
So where were you in like your fishing? Like, were you like in the scene at that point with fishing?
well, I just
know
never
what I mean?
felt like I was in the scene ever.
No, but I mean, like, did you have like the reason I asked, like, did you have the following before you
I had like a couple of thousand people on Instagram.
That's from BMX?
BMX.
Yeah.
Straight BMX. Nothing to do with fishing.
Yeah.
I didn't know anyone who fished.
Yeah.
It was just Josh.
Yeah.
Oh, no, I did. No, obviously. Well, Fez.
Fez, yeah.
Fez is obviously.
And was he riding to the...
So Fez and I used to ride.
Yeah.
So he would ride, and there was trails where we'd have trails in Narang, and Fez would disappear for a while, and then he'd go down to the creek and come back with bass and show he's caught bass and stuff.
Yeah, okay.
And I was like, there's no way there's fish in there. I thought it was just water for the jumps. And yeah, great. Fez,
Water for the jumps.
Fez, honestly, to this day, is one of the best fishermen in the world.
He's right up and down the same time.
Proper. Anyway, he taught me a lot as well. So we'll get into that further on down the career track. But yeah, like I had this idea, but it was mainly Josh and I, and there was another fellow, Russell, and that we'd all sort of fish together. And then, I was like, Josh, like, look at this design, man. And I was like, man, I want to think of a name for this, right? And I remember going to, like, my mate, he had a tattoo shop in Monduran, and I went in there and I was like, bro, like, I've got this name. Like, tell me if you think it's good. And I said, I remember to this day pitching the idea to him because I was like, dude, what is like, I want to do a fishing brand, right? Fishing water brand. And I was like, well, what's the main thing one of the main things you think about? It's the tides. You think about the tides, and he's like, oh yeah. And I was like, Tide, bro, Tide clothes, no, Tide Apparel. I'm like, I kind of like it. It's got, like, it flows and it's got a bit of a ring to it, and that's sort of how the name came about. And then like,
So why'd you pitch it to the tattooist?
Well, I was just like, he was just a mate of mine at the time, and I was just like. And I was like, man, like, what do you think of this name? I just remember, like, that was he was like the first person I told. Yeah. And I remember going to Josh's house and telling him before we went fishing one day. Yeah. And then they're like, oh, yeah, that's pretty cool, man. Yeah. It's pretty cool. And then I brought out the F Work shirt in
So you did you did a run of just fuck work?
Yeah, I did two colors, white and black.
Yeah. And how many shirts?
50.
50 of each color, like each colorway? Or 50
I did 50 of each color, did 100 in total.
Yeah.
And it cost me over $2,000.
Holy shit.
Yeah. I didn't have any money, so I had to refinance.
The Falcon.
No, I didn't have the Falcon. I was working at the time, so I got my very first car loan.
Yeah.
And I refinanced my car loan.
Pay for the shirts.
Yeah, a couple of grand. And I was like, I'm going to give it a go.
Yeah.
And then, I did that. And then...
and what year did you sell all 100?
Yeah.
Like...
We sold it, dude. And it was crazy. I didn't even have an online store.
Oh, you kidding?
It was it was that. Then like I put on Instagram and people were like, oh, I'll grab it. I was like, oh, dude, okay. This is weird. All right, whatever you're into. And then, we did a big cartel store.
So how quick do you reckon you sold that 100? Like, was it pretty quick?
Nah. Like it trickled.
Yeah,
but
okay,
as soon like I said to myself, I was like, I was working, so I set up another account and I was like putting money straight into it. Yeah. I was putting money straight into it from my job and then the money from Tide, and then I'd be like, all right, I've got enough to do another run. Yeah. Now I need to do another design. And I did another design and it was so shit, dude.
What is that?
My God. It's called the Lunacy.
Yeah,
I did 2 real bad ones in a row, and to this day, if it wasn't for F Work, we wouldn't be here right now. Because let me tell you something, guys. I did a shirt, and it was like I designed it in Photoshop, and it was god awful, dude. It was terrible, right? And I still have it. Yeah. And then I did another one, and it was weird. It said, "Women want me, fish fear me."
Oh no.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Better do well, but...
No, I didn't.
Oh, didn't?
No, and that was like
Women want me, fish fear me.
Yeah, dude, I was an idiot, dude. I was
You should have switched it around.
And anyway, do I still have a run of those shirts?
I was going to say, do you have any of these shirts?
I have the Lunacy.
Yeah.
The Women Want Me one. I think I still had one of those, and I threw it in the bin.
Well, you need to bring those in. What was the ones we had in the cabinet?
So there's 2 fishing jerseys.
First, and I thought there's t-shirts.
I think there's the first ones, yeah.
Was that like F Work?
Yeah.
Was it Luna?
No, that'd be 2 F Works in 2 different colours, I think.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
But yeah, so like the first run of those 2 tees, it was like, it was interesting, man. It was slow enough, and then I moved over to did some hats, and then did a little bit of momentum, and then I moved over to doing. I did my first international order.
International,
and it was pocket tees because I couldn't find someone in Australia to do it, and then that's when it just sort of
went from there. So how far in do you reckon? So your first camo jersey?
Yeah,
like how far into that? Because I'm sure I've seen it before that, but that's sort of like where I I think that was like my
Yeah. But that was our first. That's
I was
when we
gonna say,
sort of got into fishing a little bit.
I remember
more.
you said like, and I don't know if I made this up in my head, but I'm pretty sure you said I was like one of your first like
I think you
bunch
were.
of customers.
I really believe you were back then.
And that was like, I think that was like camo jersey. I think it was like a flannel
The flannel jersey. Those were the two OGs, and I have them downstairs.
Yeah.
And holy moly, the sizing was whack, dude.
Oh, was that?
It's so bad.
Mine fit.
Yeah, well,
Were they bigger than they should
you
have
should
been?
have seen the originals. The samples, like they were not okay.
So
like a medium was like a quad X or extra large or something like that.
So that's probably why it fit me, because I struggle with sizing. Like usually I'll buy I fit a large. I'll buy something a large, it's too short.
yeah.
Where I remember Tide like fit me really well.
So yeah, that was a big thing. Like I always wanted to make things a little bit longer in your fit.
Yeah.
Because I liked back then. I loved tall tees. I used to run tight jeans and tall tees, and that was literally my life. Was that? So I was like, I want tees just to be a little bit longer, but not a tall tee. We even did a tall tee back in the day as well. But yeah, and then like
Did some of that.
I guess in 2014, I started Tide in 2013.
There you go. So yeah. How do you even know that, babe?
Your missus
do you
literally
remember that?
knows everything. Shout out to Mrs. Blake.
Yeah, right. Knows me better than I do, inside and out. Brussels sprout.
Wowee. And then, so I was studying for a year. And then I remember going to my boss at unit and I was like, hey, man, I want to go casual at work. I found my F work, catch more fishes. Yeah. So, So Jay was one of the first customers as well. He's from BMX. Jay's from BMX.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay, gotcha.
And I remember going to I remember going to my manager at work and I was like, hey, I want to go casual. Do you mind if I go casual? You know, like I'm going to be honest with you, I've started a side project and I want to invest some time in it as well. But like I'm working full time. I was living in Beenleigh and going to Nerang for work on the train because I didn't have a license. And he's like, yeah, sure. And I don't think I ever worked again at unit. Never called me.
I bet he was like, thank God.
Well, obviously,
the
because
company can make some money now. Well, there's a question here from Aussie. If you want to read that.
where is it hard to quantify how big Tide is? I know this is like super personal, but like how much sells through BSF and how much sells through the website? Look, Tide goes okay. I guess that's
I don't know, I'm sure.
yeah. Like no, the Tide goes okay, and obviously
We're here.
we're here right now.
I get paid wages.
Yeah, and
I'm not homeless.
yeah, and
Neither is he. Neither is Josh.
like it's look. I always wanted Tide just to be a good environment. I never wanted it to be like a strict goddamn workplace ever, because I mean, I worked in those and I hated it. Absolutely
Marty.
hated it. Hey, Martin and Marty. Yeah. Anyway, so yeah, it goes okay, man. So we do a fair bit through BCF and we do a bit through online as well. But yeah.
Always trying to grow.
Always, trying
never be too big.
to branch out and do different things, and I guess that's the hardest thing.
Which we spoke about in the last
Yeah,
podcast.
yeah, definitely. But yeah, I mean, yeah, and then obviously I never went back to unit, and that was a very big thing because I had rent and everything back then. I was living in Oxford back then, and I was terrified, dude. Like, I
Yeah,
was
Matty,
like,
mate, how you going?
hey, Matty, I was terrified because I was like, I don't know what I'm gonna do.
It's a big, like my missus always tried to get me to, do something like you done.
Yeah,
And like, I'm one of those people that's just too scary. Too scary to take the chance.
it's still scary.
Yeah, too
me tell you
scared
that
of
much.
rejection. You know what I mean? So,
Yeah.
pat on the back to you, mate.
Thanks, man. It's very nice of
You've
you.
done really well.
That's really nice. But let me tell you, it was one of the scary. Whoa. Just
I was gonna kiss him, chat.
Just turn the camera off.
You can't say nice things to each other over there without getting awkward.
I like. We should see this on the boat. You need to get a shirt, one where you're talking about, and get it mounted on the wall where everyone goes to the podcast signs. I like that.
What was it? Sorry?
Like one of those shirts, and get it like mounted on the
Yeah, I
wall, and get
understand.
everyone to sign it who comes on the podcast.
that's cool.
That is very cool. I like that, Ben. Thank you.
We got to try and get people on the podcast.
We haven't started that, but we'll talk about that in a minute.
Yeah. It's a dynamic that we haven't really discussed yet.
No, but we'll get into that.
We're trying, but we're gonna try.
But I guess wrap up my story. I guess, but we.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, my bad.
Yeah, I just.
It's a cool story.
Yeah, I was terrified.
I've never asked that.
Yeah.
Surprisingly, in the 5 years I've worked here.
Yeah.
And there's 6-7 years I've known.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've never asked that.
And the problem was, it was like I had rent, I was studying, so I had to pay for that.
The loan.
The extra loan,
Yeah.
the insane interest rates.
It's a good age to do it, but because you don't really
No,
consider that.
that's right. I was just,
It's like, give me another loan.
give me a loan, I'll
Free
get a
money.
box of VB with it as well. You know what I mean? Happy
That's
days.
free money.
So then that's obviously when it became real. That's when it actually felt like, okay, I really need to spend some time, and I locked in.
Yeah.
I just remember locking myself away and trying to do new things and everything like that. So
Young Bloods is a legend.
Oh,
He's
Brody
disappeared,
Moss.
but-
Brody Moss.
Yeah.
He's honestly one of probably the best content
Yeah.
creators to
He
grace
hasn't,
YouTube.
we only spoke about this 2 nights ago. What happened to him? Where is he?
Is he still not making content? Pretty sure he is, isn't he?
No. The thing I heard is his missus split up with him,
Oh, no.
or he split up with her, which is just diabolical and just
But look at him.
negative on society.
But look at him.
He'll be fine.
He'd be just fine.
He's got like, what am I?
Anyway. Relax.
I was going to start describing his body.
Your body is a wonderland. A mental health thing. That's fair enough, man. Because let's quickly touch on that.
Yep.
Because we'll talk about my story another time. Whatever, doesn't matter. Okay, we'll finish that story off.
Don't feel like
sorry.
you have to rush her because
It's fine. We'll finish my Tide story another time. Okay, not everyone cares about it,
okay.
but we can do a part 2 of it.
Yeah.
But I'll do it properly one day.
Yep.
But it's crazy. Like mental health, people obviously look at these YouTubers, they look at content creators and be like, that's easy.
Yeah.
No, it's not.
It's not.
It is absolutely not. And especially for someone like him who has to physically go out, film content, edit content, go and push himself in these remote locations and do it. It's not easy work.
See, I don't want to say I can understand, but in the little not podcast, sorry, the little stream I did and fishing streams and stuff, I got like a little taste
Yeah.
of that.
The
You know what
life.
I mean? And I was only doing it for 3 days a week.
Yeah. But you did it for a little while.
It's a lonely place.
It is. It really is.
Not saying I was like depressed but like it's so stressful and exhausting, and so I can only imagine people like Brody Moss,
Who's up the top.
that release these,
And he has to do it.
even like Pelagic and
Yeah.
the amount of energy that would go into making that YouTube, like whether it's
100%.
trips, like he has kids and a wife, and
Yeah.
like
It's hard work.
I don't know,
I
don't know how they do it.
People will see it and be like, they get to fish for a living, and that is amazing. But the amount of everything,
how you doing, bro?
everything behind the scenes is just mental. And that's another thing. Like one of the best content creators hung up his boots the other day as well. Outdoor Boys.
Oh yeah,
One of
rest in, no, I shouldn't say rest in peace.
Az's idol when it comes
I
to
love that. Bro, if you want to I'm gonna go down a little hole here, but
Go for
if
it. It's all you.
you go, so you've done for the night, all right? You go lay on the couch, right?
Mm-hmm.
There's nothing better than laying on the couch, right, and watching some dude that is almost freezing to death.
Yep.
You want to fall asleep comfy? Watch some guy sleeping in -20.
Yeah. And one thing that I resonated for people as well was I seen a comment. It's like he's like the dad that people didn't have. You know,
100%.
You know what I mean? Like they see him.
Yeah.
He's such a family man with his
Yeah,
kids, and he was like a pure content creator.
It was just there was no it's hard to watch a like YouTube now with no character or ego. I don't know if ego is the right word, but someone that you can tell is like putting on a character.
Yeah,
or,
he is just him.
You know,
he is him.
Yeah, like dude just eats pilot bread and hunts ptarmigans, which are white in the winter and brown. No, it's good content. I don't know, it's not my usual content I watch, but I forgot who put me on that. It's like one of the boys in the Discord, and bro, it was a good watch. So it's a bit of a shame.
Like I remember just coming upon it, like when I was sitting on the couch with my daughter. She watches she loves fishing too, by the way, and she was watching this American lad catching fish. Anyway, his video came on, and I was like, oh, hang on, let's watch this.
Was it like the catfishing?
The catfish?
Yeah.
And he's just like, he was such a straight family man, loading the kids up. I think they even went to church and
they do,
part of it as well. And he's just, like, this man's got the Holy Ghost with him, as if he's not going to catch fish. You know what I mean? Holy Ghost. You know what I mean? And he went out there and he just had the best time.
Yeah.
He took his kids, and his kids were having the best time. And I was like, damn, dude, like, and I look up and I was like, oh, God, like that episode's over.
Yeah.
My daughter didn't even say a word the whole time. She loved it too. And I was like, that's what
surprised
content.
me about me watching it so religiously is like when you like break it down, like every episode, and this is not me giving his content shit, but every episode is pretty like similar.
Yeah.
But it's just so engaging.
It's wholesome.
And you can just watch it every time.
It's proper wholesome content.
And man, like sleeping in the snow and, you know, like, I don't know. It's something about it.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
No, he's we lost a good content creator there, but I
He's
think,
not dead chat.
No, but I think he's going to go help his son.
Yeah, he is.
do-
Look, you look at his son. What's his son's
I think it's like Outdoor Sun or something like that now.
outdoor Troy? Well, outdoor
Tim in the Outback.
yeah, something. But
Something
like, I was seeing something last night. He released a video a day before and 7 million views.
he will be just fine. He'll be just fine.
Bro, give me 2 million views.
Bro, I get it. I'll release the video and it gets a couple hundred views. I'm like, damn, we trended
We
over
put
it.
our heart and soul into this cinematic Barra video. Got like
Dual
70
film.
views.
Dual film and everything like that.
Look, give us a shout out, man.
But I mean, they deserve it, right?
Yeah.
He's a great content.
Outdoor Tom, that's the one. But yeah, no, cracking content, man. I
Very,
enjoy
very
that.
good content.
Same with Brody. That's where we segue from. But yeah, hopefully he comes back soon.
Yeah, and a
Good
shout out to obviously, you know, all the guys that are trying to continue to do YouTube content, like, you know, Maddie, Mick, all those guys on Tide, and
Yep.
all the new ones coming up as well.
Peter,
Alex W. and
Herbs.
those, Peter Herbs
Yep.
and Joe now, and
Yep.
you, Azza. But yeah,
Tide.
like
That's Tide
it's
Apparel.
hard. It's hard, guys. I mean, it's not a walk in the park. And
Depends if that's what you want to do. Like when I do, say I do a Tide one and it doesn't get many views, I'd like,
It is what it is.
yeah, like it's not something I'm choosing to like,
You're forced to do it.
yeah, like kind of.
I said, do this.
Yeah.
All right.
But it doesn't like, I'm not going to lose sleep if it doesn't. It's just like, it's a bit of fun. Like I do enjoy it. I try to get out of it. Like Richard asked me to do it. Like I do an intro.
I'm not good at it. I don't know how to speak. And then you go, and you start farting on game. You become a natural. So.
But it's fun. It's fun to do. It's fun to capture your
Yeah.
captures
Yeah.
and you know, talk a bit of shit. People
Yeah.
get to watch, and if you learn something from it,
Happy days.
and then you know you're interested in Tide after it,
Perfect.
I've done my job.
And it's a good excuse to go fishing too.
Absolutely.
Yeah, phenomenal. Talking about guests. We're talking about guests. Callum.
Callum, yeah. Callum Murray.
Calamari. You guys may know Callum.
Callum Robinson. Just to dox him. Put
Yeah.
his name out there.
Nickname Robbo.
Does anyone call him Robbo?
No.
No one calls him Robbo.
I wouldn't call him Robbo. So Callum is, he was going to be on this podcast today, but he
Funnily enough,
has
he
a job.
works. Yeah, he works.
Has a job. He works full time.
I was like, what? Like, you can't come in.
No
you
way.
work.
So
Get someone else to pay your bills.
Yeah, goddamn. So Callum will be on hopefully next week's podcast, and that will be pretty cool. Callum is a very good all-round fisherman.
He is.
Like a very, very good all-round fisherman. He's
He just stays in his own lane. He doesn't, you know, he's not out there trying to be, you know, the new.
nah, he just does what he does.
He does what he
and he
does.
enjoys what he does.
Yeah.
That's what makes him
And the
pretty
man
special.
can catch a fish.
Yeah, yeah. He's got long, beautiful hair, and he can
He
catch
does.
a fish.
And if he wants me to brush that anytime, any place,
That's Az's job. Team manager.
I'll brush your hair.
You want it brushed?
You hit me up. You need a shirt? No worries. You need me to brush your hair?
Az will do
Also,
it.
no worries.
There's Bungle too.
Yeah, Bungle.
do it.
You caught one fish once? I bet it was a cracker too.
Is this podcast here to stay? I really want it to. I feel like there's nothing better than having a yarn with friends and giving people a bit of an insight and to see a bit of personality behind a brand and behind, you
Good
know,
fella, yeah.
you know, we get guests on. You get to see what they're actually like. People see a raw. You know, when someone's live, when you're live, it's completely different to than a pre-recording because in a pre-recording you can be whoever you want to be. You can be whatever.
Yeah.
You know, so
Which I think, and not to get too much in it, I think that's a problem with some of the content these days. I don't know if like everyone can notice it, but you can, I swear you can tell when someone's, you know, trying to be.
Wally's in here.
Wally?
Yeah, wash your bike. Hey, Prez.
Oh no. There you go, bro. I know I feel like you can tell when someone isn't being genuine.
Genuine.
Genuine, sorry. Genuous on a Twitch brain. And I don't know, I might be incorrect in putting that on people, but I really feel like you can, you know, there's people that, you know, act like they're, kind of a fish scientist, or
Yeah.
when I believe if they just relaxed and got
Just be
content,
you, yeah.
there'd be much more.
Putting on a persona. Yeah, like
Yeah.
for sure. We're not here at that, but like, yeah, I mean, like, yeah,
Cry. Oh no!
everyone's in here.
They're all like, get out! Big fines.
I'm distracted now. I can't remember what
But
round
that,
we're
yeah,
going.
that's not me talking shit about
No.
fishing YouTubers, but I just feel like if people are a bit more genuine and just relax a little bit, I think a lot of people think that they need to act like they really know what's going on, when I don't think that's the case.
Just go fishing, mate.
Just
Film yourself catching fish
If you
and
need a
enjoy
toot
it.
while you're recording, toot, edit it in.
And
It's good
that's what we want.
Farts are funny.
That's what we want with this podcast, is to get people on. You guys will get a bit of an idea on, a guest and what they're actually like. And, oh my God.
They're all in here.
Yeah, I'm not going to read. Don't read it. Don't get red. As is blushing, guys. Do you rehook the fish with the lure so it looks like it's been caught on a specific lure? Oh my God. Look, if I had a lure brand, probably.
Why do these blokes think they're hefty with their hand tats? Because you know the deal, bro.
Look at it.
Hand tat equals
I need you to understand,
Professional
I
fighter.
can't take these off. I made a decision when I was in my 20s and I cannot take these off, okay? Whether I like
he's
it or
got
not.
a hand tattoo, so he knows.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah.
Well, you know.
You should have seen the switch in attitudes in his go on too.
Oh, really?
He just went from a good, genuine young fella to he thinks he's
Like this.
yeah.
Couple of cartons under the arms,
Look, he could be that now.
Surely, yeah. We were just saying we'll get Joe Clark on the podcast
Sorry,
for
where
sure.
were we?
So I think yeah, definitely. We're going to try and get
Joe Clark.
Joe Clark. Callum's going to come on.
I would love Peter Herbs
Yeah, Peter Herbs.
to come on,
Peter Herbs can talk.
and he knows his shit.
He is very smart.
He's one of those
very
fishermen that I described last podcast. That there's a reason they're good fishermen. I mean, they can tell you why,
been good for a long time as
and
well.
been good for a long time,
I'd love to,
especially locally.
I'd love to get Steve Morgan on.
Yeah.
Steve Morgan is a very,
Very,
very intelligent man.
very well spoken.
Very well spoken, very intelligent, and I'd love to.
out of here. All
Just
this.
don't read them, okay? I'd love to get Steve Morgan on here, just to pick his brain a little bit about fishing, the fishing industry. He's been in the industry longer than probably anyone. Knows everyone in the industry from his magazine and everything like that. It'd be cool to either have his brother Tim on here or Mick Horn from Rapala.
I'd love that. Yeah.
Just to pick their brains. I mean, Mick Horn was a part of Tide and one of the best jack fishermen. What did we call him last time? A pioneer of jack fishing.
Absolutely.
Love to get Josh from Smarky.
Yeah, definitely.
There's a lot of people that we would love to have on the podcast and everything like that, just to sort of pick their brains, and also some local fishers too. That we, I used to be a deckhand
On a
for a
fishing
fishing
charter.
charter. Does that mean I'm good at fishing? Absolutely not. No, it doesn't. But I mean, you've probably seen a lot more than people have who don't fish. I mean, I couldn't imagine being a decky. You know how to tie a knot. You know how to take a hook out. You know how to kill a fish. Probably
Which is very important.
Fillet one too. Yeah, you don't want to bleed a fish, I should say, as well. Not so much how to release a fish on charters, would you?
no.
You know how to roll out the tarp for tarp photos back at the ram.
How good are they?
Love a good
300 fish on a tarp. Right?
Love a good tarp.
I love that. I respect that.
So yeah, there's a long list.
Yeah, there's
A long list of people, and obviously because we do this within work hours,
It's hard.
It is hard. So it has to work with everyone else, but it's something that we're definitely going to do, and we want to progress and make this better as well. We want to add some segments as well. By one of the segments, should I start this?
What is it?
Well, surprise, surprise, ladies and gentlemen.
Hit me.
I don't have a name for it.
Shall I do it?
Here we go. Guys, I'm going to need you to name this segment. I'm going to ask Azza some question. He can ask me it afterwards.
What is this?
Azza, what is your favourite fish to chase?
Oh, okay. You sprung it on me.
I did. This is the beauty of live, dude. You can't back out. Can't lie. You can, but you can't hide behind.
Favorite fish to chase. I know everyone thinks I'm going to say barramundi.
I don't think so. I know what it is.
It's not as easy as a question as you might think it is.
One of the greatest barra guides is in chat right now.
Don't give me some.
Can we get a shout to Jake Fairweather, please? There is one thing that Jake's going to need from you real quick.
Yeah, I can't do I'm not doing it. This is a serious podcast,
Okay.
Jake. Look, I'm up there on the 30th. If you want to see it in person,
Not
live.
me.
No.
No.
Stop. Stop it. If you want to see it live in person, Jake, hit me up, all right? Not here. Not now. Not Hermione.
It's got the sacrifice.
Yeah. Favorite fish to chase.
Yeah, favorite fish to chase. Go on. I'm surprised our
I'm
battery hasn't
gonna-
run out as well. And the camera's saying it could go any
Check in a
second.
sec. I'm gonna say threadies.
I knew it.
Did you know
Yeah,
that?
100%.
It's not Barra. I thought it was Barra for a second, but I'm gonna say threadies. Threadies were that was when I really got into fishing.
It's a fish, from what I've watched you fish and how you fish, it's a fish that you know how to chase.
Yeah.
You've learned.
Within reason.
Well, you've learned well and learned
Yeah.
how to catch that fish.
Yeah, I'd say threadies. I love, and that's why I think I like live scoping for Barra so much. I love going to look. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I love that they're never in the same spot. People often carry on about, this guy seen me fishing this spot and he pulled up or he dropped them up. I
Yeah.
don't care with threadies. They're somewhere different every single day. I love my boat. I love using it.
Yeah.
And I love just turning the side scan on and just hopping
And
hopping
seeing-
around, and it looks like I know what I'm doing.
Yeah, there's that fork tail.
Yeah.
Yeah, holy.
It's a beautiful image on the side scan.
Yeah.
One of the best fish to
Showing fish.
to read
the
on
sounder.
a sounder. And then just I don't know. Yeah, look,
Cast and ask. I like that. Ask the angler. Cast and ask. Ask the angler. I can't say that.
that is beautiful.
That is good, Scotty.
What can you say? I mean,
So we're going to say threadies, okay? Now
Yeah,
let
threadies.
me ask you the
I was
second.
gonna finish off with the style of actually fishing them is very boring.
Yeah.
Vibing, but everything else.
Now, shut up. What is your least favorite fish to chase?
That's hard. That's even harder.
Let me rephrase that again.
Like-
What is your, if you had to,
Yeah.
if there was one fish that you never ever want to fish for?
Yeah.
is
Is this grinner, or is this something that's a decent fish that I'm not interested in?
It's it's a fish that people would chase. You know what I mean?
Marlin.
That's your least. Yeah, okay. That was quick. No, I take it, bro.
Marlin or GT? Popping for GT or trolling?
Whoa, that top water. Look, that's
No,
you.
I'm going to say GT. Popping for GT.
So you think-
most unrelaxing style of fishing that is just, they all fight exactly the same. And GT fishing are going to hate me here.
It's fine.
Every single GT fights exactly the same. The only difference is what what depth you get them in. Sack.
okay.
You got to drive an hour to the spot.
So favorite fish to chase, threadfin.
Threadfin.
Least favorite fish to chase is
GTs,
GT.
I reckon. Yeah.
Now,
There's probably some other things that I haven't chased that I'd hate, but that's my
now, give me a quick little story, a fishing story. A funny. It doesn't have to be funny. It could be your favorite, something that means the most. It could be something that's wild and most embarrassing. Give me, a 30-second fishing story. It's going to be hard off the top of your head,
Yeah,
isn't
it
it?
is, yeah.
Because you're going through back your whole history of fishing right now.
Yeah. I'm trying to think if there's something funny that happened. Oh, look, I know. I'm going to talk about my first ever GT.
Okay, here we go.
It's going to be longer than 30 seconds, but not too long.
Well, should we talk about people who go longer than 30 seconds? or do you, or we're
back here again.
No, I don't mean. No, it's talking about how long the fight of the fish was. No, go. Thanks, Aussie.
So first ever time popping for GTs. Again, my boy Fleety.
Shout out to Fleety.
He's like, come get a GT.
Come get
first ever
folded.
GT. So I bought a Daiwa dogfight.
Yep.
Cost me $1,700.
700 grand. You caught marlin on it now, G.
But bought a dogfight. Thought it was going to be sick. Always watched it. I thought it was the maddest style of fishing.
Yeah.
Went out the first time with him. First ever morning chasing GTs. This is popping for GTs, by the way, or stick baits, which I got mine on.
Oh, nice.
So went out, man. Drove an hour and a half in the boat in the dark.
Pitch black, yeah.
Wasn't the glass here, so getting wet. It was a gale force. Very wet boat.
Yeah, very wet boat, yeah.
And so heading out there, I'm like, what is this? Get out to the spot. Still dark, just before sun up. I got this big stick, Daiwa dogfight. 20 Ks or something.
Nah.
Huge.
Yeah,
setup.
massive, yeah.
Massive, 8-foot rod or whatever the heck it is.
Blows your poo valve every time you cast it.
And I still got the lure hanging up at home, but I had this, I don't know what brand it was. It's a stick bait. So if you know what a stick bait is, he's like, put this on. And I'm like, this is going to be a shit lure. Like he's got a popper on.
Yeah.
And I've got a stick bait. I knew nothing about it. I'm like, this can't set me up.
Yeah.
He wants to catch the first fish and he'd be like, I'll put a popper on. So like, I put this lure on. I'm like, man, this is so shit. I'm not going to catch anything. And he's like, cast over there. And and I'm so a big cast, man, hardest thing I've ever done in my life. And then it's hit the water and I'm like, what do I do with this lure, bro? Do I just wind it in?
Yeah.
And he goes, nah, figure 8. And he give me a little example. I'm like, right, sweet. And I shit you not, first ever cast chasing GTs, I get halfway through the figure 8 and someone just
Something ate it.
smacks this fucking
Ate it.
Excuse my French. Eats this stick bait, man. Nearly pulls. At this time, like I'm training and shit. Like
You're pretty fit.
I'm fit, but I'm literally 62 kilos. I'm a grown ass man that's 62 kilos. All right, so this thing hits it, man. Nearly pulls me out of the boat.
Yeah.
Shallow water. So I think we're in 6 meters of water.
Yeah.
Or 4 meters or something like that.
Yeah.
I don't even know where we were. And hits, man, and nearly pulls me straight in the water. So I have to grab like the center console.
Yeah.
And man, like this thing's like nearly pulling me in. Like I didn't fight it at all. Lee Fleet's literally turned the boat on, bro, and just started reversing, and I'm holding on like this. We get it out to deeper water, skull drag it out to deeper water. Then I start like pumping.
That's when you fight it, yeah.
And eventually get this thing in. I don't know how long it lasted, but I've never, as I said, I was definitely that pause is longer than me.
But anyway,
So I fight this thing, I get it in, man, and I'm like, again, I'm fit, like I'm training like literally every day, like Muay Thai is a very
intense.
Yeah, like cardio
intense
sport. So I
yeah.
should be fit.
Yeah.
Get this thing in, man, and I'm just like dizzy. And like we get in the boat and he's like, hold it up. I'm like, I'm getting hair lip and shit trying to pick this thing up. It was like 20 some kilos or 30 kilos.
It's a big fish. I remember that fish. 30, massive.
32 kilos, I think it was. Get the photo and shit, throw it back, and then I'll get this fucking adrenaline dump.
Yeah.
Like from...
Did you go white and nearly passed
Bro,
it?
I went white and I shit you not, I spewed up for 15 minutes. Like as soon as I throw it back in the water, I was like, oh man, I'm not good. Boom, start spewing up.
Do you get seasick?
No, not at all.
Okay.
Never get seasick.
You got rinsed.
Yeah, it was just adrenaline dump. And yeah, I ended up spewing up for 15 minutes and then I sat down for the rest of the day. Like the rest of the...
Did he catch a fish that trip?
Can't tell you, bro. That was like the Men in Black scene where they hit the...
Yeah, poof, and then you just blacked out.
I threw the fish in the water, went... Then I didn't have memory for the rest of the day, but literally like made me spew up. Like,
that's rough.
And then I get home and I sold the dog fight.
Like, bro, that's meant to be the opposite. You meant to catch a fish of that magnitude and be like, you know what, I'm set. I'm chasing GTs.
That was a week I realised I'm a river fisherman.
That's
I'm
fair
an
enough.
Inshore river fisherman. I like to be relaxed and comfortable and wear, nice tidy clothes and that's my 30 seconds.
There we go, guys. There we go. There's fishing for answers. The segment that we had.
Do I ask you this or?
I don't know. You can if you want. You don't have to.
So what was the first question?
Favorite fish.
Favorite fish.
I
know what he's going to say.
Mangrove jack.
Yeah, there we go.
Has to be. Right. Like I don't know. Always liked it, and that initial hit of it. Of a jack, I can't get past it.
So I got a follow-up question.
Yeah.
Do you prefer jacks now, how we do it, or did you prefer them back, like in the grind?
I think I liked it both. I liked the grind because you'd work so hard for a fish, and then when you get one, it's so rewarding.
Yeah. So it's less rewarding the way we.
No, it's different. Yeah. Now I'm older. Yeah. I don't have time to do what I used to do, and the way that you've shown me how you catch jacks and spoon fed me that one too, which is fantastic. Add that one to the spoon feed. Like I'm not one to deny spoon feeding. Like I said, next to the knives and forks. Yeah. What's the other bit of cutlery there? So definitely. And then like the way we do it now, I think I'm not going to say how we do it, but I think that is probably the most intense fishing. Yeah. In the pitch black.
Sorry.
So what are you saying? What are you looking for?
No, what is it? Disinvolvement? As it tell me.
He's from your. That's from.
Is that? Wally, is that?
No, yeah,
Bro, that never happened, Wally.
Okay, they're
lying. Made that up. I've never fallen in.
Jack's your favorite as well, yeah. No, yeah, 100% mango
Yeah, so
Jack.
Jack's.
I can't go past. Those.
I was thinking about that, but I'm like,
Second,
I think I got bored of it.
second now is life scope and barrel.
Yeah. So
Well,
second.
I'd probably right now, like all time would be Jack's, but right now I'm really into life scope and barrel because it's two of my favorite things: video games and fishing.
Yeah.
So I get to watch a fish. It's like a video game, and then you watch this thing, and then it's It's so intense, so intense.
It is very intense. It's
So, yeah.
similar. It's quite similar to jack fishing,
Except jack
It's like-
fishing because you have no idea it's coming.
exactly. At least,
But barrel, you have an idea, but you don't know if it's going to happen, and if it's
Yeah.
going to happen next to the boat
Yeah.
or 20 meters away.
Yeah.
You know, but no, jack fishing for me,
yeah, but it's similar style. Like,
definitely, yeah, just that.
And then what was it? Worst?
Yeah, least favorite,
Least favorite?
flathead, 100% flathead.
Why is that?
Just, I hate touching them, man.
So it's got nothing to do with the fight.
No, well, like they fight like a t-shirt.
No, they don't.
No, bro, they
Right.
they fight like a t-shirt. Bro, you catch a flathead, they go, oh, yeah, and they go, and then just a
Depends how you
t-shirt.
catch it.
And then you get one up, you get in the boat, it's going like this, like that, and then you go to touch it, and then it'll just go, "Fing," and it'll cut you, and you'll bleed for a month.
See, I disagree with the fighter. I think flatty fight good.
Well, this is not about you. You had your chance
You're
to speak,
yeah,
right?
Sorry.
You're done.
I'll take it back.
You're off.
He's not giving him a flatty
Well,
enough credit.
I don't like them.
That's fair. That's fair.
I do not like the flathead.
So he hates flatties because he doesn't like touching them. This guy's a real fisherman, isn't he?
Well, no, I just don't like.
I'm joking.
It's true. I don't like them.
Respect the flatty,
Flathead, catfish. I'd rather catch a catfish than a flathead.
Don't say
I
that.
don't.
What a load of...
I lie.
You lied. You lied.
I lied to
all this.
everybody. I just thought of catfish then because I just seen, Jake in the chat.
Respect the caddy.
It's
you
true.
should have said.
It should be, support your local catfish. Come on,
for that
on
one.
Tide Apparel tea.
Fly fishing for me is so rewarding. I could imagine that. I wouldn't have minded fly fishing at some point in my fishing career, but it's like offshore fishing. If you're already inshore fish, you have all your gear. That costs you an arm and a leg. So to
Bro, I'm flat out tying a leader, let alone you got your fly line,
You got your
a
5
lead
weights.
line, and then you got your tippet, and then you got to
then you got to make a fly.
you got to get a bunch of you got to shave your dog, and then
But no, like fly fishing would be cool, especially like the stuff that like
Maddie's and do
Maddie
Maddie's
does,
yeah,
like-
bonefish and huskies and all that.
Like
Of
go over
course,
to Coco Keelan, whatever it's called.
of course, all that stuff's mental.
Yeah, that would be cool. But again, it's like another rabbit hole that I can't financially.
Nah,
You know, what I mean, if I had unlimited money,
I don't think you wouldn't do it.
You don't reckon?
Nah,
fair
not
enough.
a chance.
He knows
Absolutely
me
not.
better than I do.
You would not do it.
Right, so all right, now fishing story?
Oh.
Yeah, see, how does it feel? Doesn't feel good, does it?
No, it doesn't. I'm
It
kind of on
doesn't
the
feel
spot
nice.
here.
So no pressure here, Richard. No pressure at all to answer.
Well, this is not one story.
Yeah, go for it.
It's
here for it.
I have a problem, and it's falling out of boats.
Really?
Yeah.
I haven't seen it once.
No, but I used to.
Yeah, okay.
I used to fall out of boats all the time.
Why?
I don't know, dude. No, I used to stand like
Little baby Bambi legs?
I used to stand in really risky spots on the boat.
Yeah.
So like
Like on the
gunnels
nose and
on the
shit.
gunnel,
Okay.
and so like
I
always.
can't do that.
So like we'd have a little and flipping kayaks done that as well. So like I've always just end up in the water somehow.
Flipping kayaks, man.
Oh, should we get that or like a scary? I'll save the scary story.
Just pick.
I'm just going to say that I fall out of boats a lot. But one in particular was we're fishing Hins
Yeah.
or Hines. No,
Not the worst place to fall out.
no, it's beautiful.
No sharks.
No, none. Oh,
Or crocodiles.
I fell in the seaway one day, fully
That
clothed.
sucks. Oh, no, it doesn't because I used to swim across that all the time.
Well, I was one day in the seaway. I was just just drifting back,
yeah. Catching nothing.
doing that, snagging everyone else's lines,
In
and
the
then
pipe.
and then I remember I took a step. It was middle of winter, so I think we're
Yeah.
chasing dew. Middle of winter, and I stepped on the side of just missed the gunnel. I was standing on the gunnel and just stepped off the boat. And I was wearing trackies, shorts,
There's people die doing that.
t-shirt, jumper, jacket,
Yeah.
beanie, and I felt
Everything
And
but a P.
and I
PFD.
just went whoosh, straight into the drink, and I was back in before you knew it. So fast. And then another time at Hins, we were fishing Hins in the timber
Yeah.
and just rolling a spinnerbait around like the base of all the timber.
Yep.
And I hooked something in there and it was
Big.
hectic.
Maybe
Like I was like,
cod or
it was on bait cast, locked, and I was like, huh, and I was like, oh, and like I watched it, like my line come down, and it was pulling like the trees through the water.
What?
I don't know what it was, dude. And then I took a step back and I fell in the water. and I was in the water
Trying to get away from
and
it?
I was in the water trying to fight the fish. But you know when like you set hooks and then you step back.
Yeah.
And it was like I was like, yeah, and I stepped back and it went, and I fell in the water and I was like pulling like trees down the bank, dude.
What do you mean pulling trees?
Well, like there was like,
spindles?
well, I don't even know, dude. I just watched it and it was hectic.
Is this one of those stories like they like
Ask
get
Josh.
more
Josh
hectic?
was there. No,
Oh, really?
Josh was there.
Let's say get
And I-
more hectic in
and
your
I fell,
brain.
and I fell straight overboard and Josh was just howling at me. It was like the funniest thing he's ever seen. And then like, and I'm trying to fight it and I'm like pass my rod back into the boat to Josh and by that time it like not enough slack.
what it was.
Yeah, probably it might have been. I asked someone, they said it was a cod maybe or something.
I remember once. Sorry, thank you for that segment.
That's
Answers to
you didn't
that
have to
segment.
ask me those, but anyway.
Thank you very much.
GGs.
But like, this is a real quick one. But I was down in Copeton once,
Yep.
and I'd fished all morning. I was on the plane. I went around this point, man, and like to this day, I still don't know. Like it was like the swell was way too big. I know there's big fish in that dam,
Yeah.
but like the swell that come off, like this whatever was under the surface was like
It's a Yeti.
it was outer worldly. Like
It was a Yeti, bro.
is that a word? Outer worldly, unworldly. It was something. It wasn't a fish.
Can we check on that mod?
Like crocodile type
stuff.
big. You know what I mean?
That big.
Yeah, like
The
huge.
cod get massive.
Yeah, I know, but I can't it was that long ago. I can't like exactly remember like what it looked like in my head, but I remember it being that big. I was like, that's not a cod. Like, so
Jesus. What could it have been? Chat.
look, if you're asking me, 1,000% a Yeti.
Yeah, as it fully believes in Yetis.
Yeah,
I
Yetis?
believe in the lights that we've seen up at the dam.
That's just flares,
Jake? Not flares. Everyone's seen them.
bro. This is the funniest thing, dude.
Are we going to tell the story?
I'll tell a little bit of it. You can.
Bro, they're not flares though.
No, but like this guy, he's seen one of these flares. We've seen him a couple times that we've gone, but we're with Jake fishing, and it's come up, and we're like, "Look, Jake, like that's what we were talking about." And then for the next hour, like every 20 seconds, Jake, look, there's another one.
Well,
Jake,
dude, explain to me what it is. Someone
but by the
tell
end of it, Jake's like,
He's like, yeah, okay,
okay.
man. God damn, so you guys want to wrap this
20
session up or
seconds,
what?
Oh, there it is again. Can you see it? No,
It's a
I can't see
phenomenon.
it. I don't know, bro.
Would-
It's
okay,
the
well,
same-
tell me.
It's in the same spot
No, it
every
wasn't
time.
because it was at the boat ramp the first time.
What do you have? Longitude, latitude coordinates?
No, but when we were driving back to the boat ramp, I was like, as a look at that, is someone in trouble in the basin? And you're like,
But that's
Oh,
like in
is that a
line
flare?
where we were. That's,
nah. It's the opposite ends of the
I
spectrum.
don't know what it is. It's like it's just a little, an orange light.
It was stacked. The first one was
It's,
stacked.
yeah, sometimes it's stacked. Sometimes it like shoots up. Like, is it like Starlink? Maybe?
Nah, Starlink's across. Nah.
What if it's across that bit of the sky? I don't know. It's something, chap. Drones? No, like I don't look. I'm no
Expert.
aereo. I don't know what I'm trying to say. I don't know what it is.
I don't know either, man. But it was terrifying. It's not terrifying. Terrifying's not the word. It's just it's a phenomenon.
Yeah, I wouldn't say like it's not erratic enough to be drones.
Nah.
One young.
It's
Maybe
not China.
it's China. I don't know.
It's Jetstar Bunny to Brisbane. You know what's funny? It is that.
It probably
Yeah,
is.
probably.
I don't know. Yeah, it's weird. It's like
It's the Min Min lights.
Min lights.
Yeah, you need a book with Jake. He's in chat right now. Longer. Go up there, man.
Who's booking with Jake?
Longer.
Like, literally book with Jake. Like that's not even a
Well, no, drones can be programmed for part. Let me tell you something. There is no farmers out there programming drones.
yeah to like just do this.
There's no for what? What to trance their cattle?
And then sometimes this.
Yeah. To throw me off. We have Min Min lights where I'm at. Super freaky. Okay, it's something like that for real. For real.
Do myself and book with Jake. Get in there, mate.
Get in there like goddamn swimwear, my
You want
friend.
to catch a bear Monday? No better place in Australia.
Speaking of that, Jake just released a new YouTube video as well
He did. It was good. We watched that this morning.
with
Jake.
Sam and
Yeah. It just got me so itchy for the thing. I'm going to get up there, Jake. Is it going to be good? Tell me right now.
it's always good.
It's going to be good, eh?
Tell me it's not.
Richo needs to get the 16 on the boat so I can...
Well, did you not see what we have?
Bro, you got everything.
Oh, well.
He got the... What's it called? The
Nanya.
multi.
Nanya.
Bro, that's
Shout out to GFAB once again.
big shit.
Holy dooly. Oh, God.
I wonder if it's interchangeable. What if we could put it on my boat?
how long have we been going for? Nearly 2 hours. Oh, my God. This is only meant to be an hour-long podcast.
Is it?
I don't know how long it's meant to
I
be.
feel like 2 hours is like 2 to like. I wouldn't be trying to push it longer than 3.
That's a long time.
It is.
That's a really long time.
Running out of things to talk about.
Yeah.
We haven't had any awkward silence yet, so
We can have that.
ready? Ready, set, go.
So,
Do you like fishing?
I love fishing.
That's terrible. Silence is terrible.
Yeah,
doing
silence
this.
is awful.
Especially with these on.
Yeah, it's deafening.
Sounds like I'm in dark, long hallway.
I know.
Someone's chasing me from behind.
Yeah, it's those lights for the dam.
You know that feeling, chat? When you're walking up your hallway in your house and it's dark.
Pitch black.
And you get that, like,
And your back twitches up.
yeah, something's behind me. Nothing's behind you.
I get that up at home. It's terrifying.
What do we got here?
Could be a big grow operation watching the perimeter.
I like that. I like the sound of that. That's cool.
That could be.
Oh, man. I had a better story, and it was when I was stream fishing and I found the crop.
You found the
Bro,
crops.
that was a way better story.
You did find the crops.
Just reminded me.
Don't dox the crops, though. It's someone's
Ali
livelihood.
G pointing at the crop. Like, is that weed?
Yeah, I remember that. I remember that stream. Just, oh, geez, I come to this fishing spot. Old mate's having a bit of a grow down there.
It was an actual crop chat.
Oh, good
I found a marijuana crop.
Yeah, well,
And you best believe.
we assume it's medicinal for medicinal
It
purposes.
has to be.
It has
What
to
else?
be. Yeah, it's
No one abuses marijuana.
nope, medicinal.
Not possible.
Yeah, well. Potentially Callum, next stream. Next, what is this called? A podcast.
Yeah. What's
Next
the question?
podcast, guys.
Oh, Callum, next podcast.
Callum, next
we'll
podcast,
try.
hopefully. If not, if there's anyone else you guys like to recommend to come onto the show, we could probably do something like via video link.
I was thinking about that before, and I was like, how would you make that work on Twitch on a live platform?
I did it with Ted just recently.
They got to be like.
You can do it with
on their
Skype.
phone. Well, they'd need Discord.
Andy Sparnan, that'd be a good one. Andy would be good. He's very well spoken. Very, very well spoken. Get Scooter on. I'll get him on if I have to take some fishing.
Shut up, DJ.
Oh, I'm just staring you up, Scoot. I'm just staring.
Look, one day, I'd rather you like maybe like the three of us, and we can sort of
Are you
the
still,
basics.
Are you still?
I know I feel terrible, but like,
Dude, we don't need to keep talking about
yeah,
it.
I'll
Like,
feel
what's said-
selfish because I will sit you beside me and I'll say, "Don't move."
Talk to you later. See, look what you've done.
No, we will get out for a fish, babe. If you want to do the bail or something, Scooter, I'm happy to do that. You know what I mean? Maybe,
He's gone, mate.
maybe Friday.
He's out of chat.
No, he come back.
He's out of chat.
He come back.
He's not coming back.
He's coming back.
Nope.
If he wants a good snapper, he'll come back.
Nope. Next time, pull cam back 1 meter, capture the screen a little bit better behind you.
Bubble.
Yeah, we did, but there's too much around it, bro. So that doesn't work.
What's that?
And somewhat faces it more. Yeah, but we're just like this. And honestly, because of the depth, I appreciate that, Kenny, but because of the depth of things, one person will be blurry and the other's not.
The other problem to that is we have like an office.
Yeah. We're in our office up here.
Literally, like right beside Richie here is my desk, my computers, and then Richo's desk and his computers, and Josh's, and then like here we got like an ugly. Well, it's not ugly, but it's a
window.
It's a warehouse window.
And you look out,
You can see
it's
the
beautiful.
warehouse. So we're trying to make it work, and
It's the best we can do for now. We tried multiple things.
Circle table would be
Yeah. One person's always going to look bigger though. But this way, if we're on a level plane,
yeah.
it'd be nice to have some nice comfy chairs, and it might be something we develop.
Couch straight like lazy Susans.
Yeah, I'd kick back so hard. Everyone has to look at our
Just like
legs
this
though.
and like-
We'll get one of those. We'll get a hanging one, whatever it is called. Doing well though, fellas. I know, I appreciate it. And look, we definitely want to open up some other segments and stuff like that, and check out some people's YouTube videos. Check out some fishes of the week that have been caught that we post and share, and everything like that, man.
Yeah, it'd be good to have, and we said this last time, it'd be good to, show videos or photos.
Of course.
Should have, I'm catching I'm starting to fish a lot more, so I might be able to like incorporate.
Those
I'm
are
doing, so-
high profile guests that we cannot afford.
Yeah.
Russ,
And like, I feel like once we get more like fishermen's attention and they're willing to come in here, like, I know people ask questions, whether
For sure.
it's Threadies, Logan,
Yeah.
Jacks. Like I would love. That's like I would like that. I would like people to come in and just ask,
Questions
our
about-
opinions on
Yeah.
how to do certain things. I think I could really ramble about that.
We'll get Thunder Spanner on 100%.
What's that? As is,
Chair looks so low. Yeah, he's actually not sitting on the chair. He's sitting on the ground.
I got terrible posture too. Look, if I sit up straight,
Yeah. I'm sitting up. I can't get any straighter.
I got that secret lab posture. But yeah, that'd be cool. I'd like, not spread like knowledge.
It's for a
about what I
charity
do, but
event.
like
Yeah, maybe. I mean, yeah, we're just, Anyway, so I don't know. We're just going with the
describe
flow.
how the Sunshine Coast is a fish. I'll let Richo touch on that. Oh, he doesn't know. He doesn't fish.
No.
It's
I fished it a few
look.
times.
There's some good fish up there.
I caught a couple of jacks one session.
Yeah, you did. Yeah, I was there. I don't know.
Yeah,
It's just crazy. All right, here's my technique, Richo. Do this.
You
and
prosper,
then
and I'll do less.
Donut. I donut.
As are you, King? Best fishing spot?
I don't know, that's a broad question. Is this Chili from
I'd say so.
UFB? Get the.
Hey, just relax.
I don't mean that. I'm sorry.
Don't get all
Best fishing
giggly.
spot. The water, mate. The water.
Are you one of those guys?
I don't like it.
Spot X.
Yeah, no, it's just a broad question. Logan River. I want to say Logan River. I know it's not a serious question, Chili, but Logan River.
You never know. It might be.
Yeah.
Might be. All right.
It's all beautiful around here, mate. We got Logan. We got the Bay.
Coomera, Narang,
Coomera.
Broadwater,
Like, man, take your pick.
Seaway. I'm not a troll. It's serious. There you go.
Nah, look, I apologise for calling you out and putting you on blast like that.
I'd say the Coomera River is the best. Love the Coomera. The whole
I
Coomera.
couldn't disagree more.
Love the
I
Coombs.
couldn't disagree more. The Seaway.
Battle
There's some people, man.
Get some jet skis.
Yeah.
Go nuts.
Man, there's some people that know how to fish the Seaway.
Chris
and
Watson.
Chris Watson.
He's probably one of the best
I wanna
Seaway
say
fishermen I
Trent,
know.
Trent Jepson, too.
Yeah, he's
Like,
a good,
he can go sink a live and get just multiple 60 centimeter
Whatever he
jacks.
wants.
Yeah.
Mm.
So if you know, that's like anywhere. Like a lot of people think the Logan shit, but if you figure it out and within reason and get a little bit of a pattern going down there, it can be a very cool river.
They can
Dewey's,
figure it out and just
Freddy's,
follow you around. I might just
Barra.
follow you around.
You
Actually.
can follow me around.
His name on your boat.
I'm that unfit now that you're very safe in doing so. The most I'm going to do
Your hat's
is
forward. It's not backwards.
my hat's not backwards. The bum bag's on the ground, not on my shoulder. I'm not wearing Nikes.
Nothing's better than fishing the Maruji River. Look, I caught 3 cod and 3 casts in the Maruji River, right? Estuarine cod.
Maruji River.
Oh, my God.
On the tip of Stratty Rockwall. Yeah, North Wall. Yeah, 100%. I've caught kingies off that.
North Wall.
Yeah.
I chugged North Wall in the dark in the kayak.
Yeah.
And I
Catch
raised a shark.
Oh, did
and
you?
I screamed. That was my other story. I screamed high pitch because I was chugging in a kayak with Fez because he forces me to do these scary things.
That's verbally. Verbally, that's the coolest technique of fishing that you can say verbally. Chugging.
Chugging.
Yeah. I just
Well, I
realised.
was chugging in a single man kayak in
Oh, in a kayak.
a kayak.
Idiot.
And I go, oof, and then this shark just goes, they just pop up.
Yeah.
And it went for and I was like, ah, and I was like trying to wind it away from it. I was terrified. What am I going to do? Hook a shark? What am I going to do? Get it in? Wrong.
I did fish after I got my GT and I got shark.
Yuck.
And I was like,
It's disgusting.
listen here, Fleety. I love you, mate, like a brother. But you ever invite me to do this again, I'm going to attack your mother.
Okay. All right.
Okay.
On those words.
Yeah. So yeah, never do that again.
No.
Never went GT popping ever again.
Try, what does it say? What is it? Try catch that plane next time it lands, Richo. What am I catching?
He's talking about the Northern Lights, whatever it's called.
Brother, I was watching them. We heard
I
some.
think that's what he's talking about.
We heard some grunting in the bush as well from like the kangaroos.
Yeah, it was kangaroo.
Just that's what I was saying. Like imagine being like an explorer, right?
Yeah,
And-
we're saying that.
Yeah, and you just rock up to Australia.
Yeah.
and you get off.
Never been to
get
Australia.
off the boat, right?
There's no TV. There's
Nothing.
no
There's
information.
Obviously not back then, right?
Just had to make sure.
Yes, no,
everyone knew that.
hey guys, no
Oh,
telly.
by the way, it's 1640 and we have no TV.
There's no YouTube as well, okay? And you go and then you just start hearing kangaroos
'Cause there's
grunting,
that bird
koalas,
too,
and
like that bird that makes that.
I don't know, but we heard things like,
Yeah,
those are
which
big.
is kangaroo.
but if you don't know,
That's my favourite thing to do too, is sleeping at Monduran in my boat.
it's Monduran.
Sorry, Monduran. I'll never
Get it
convert.
right. Sorry, Jake.
I'm sorry, Jake. Yeah, sleeping on the boat by yourself up the back of the dam, bro, and just like you're laying there and between the grunts of kangaroos and like there's like you hear like leaf litter getting crushed, and yeah, you lay in your bed and you're trying to time the crushing of the leaf litter, and then you're trying to figure out how big the stride is.
You're laying there like this.
Yeah, because I'm a thorough believer of yowies, Bigfoot. I'm not even joking. I wouldn't go as far as pushing on to people, but I sit there and I'm like, man,
That kind of sounds like you're pushing it on to people.
that's a kangaroo. And then I wait a bit, like, that's a yowie. That's a fucking yowie.
Describe in your mind what a yowie looks like.
I don't know. I just think like that oversized,
Hairy man.
hairy, like gorilla looking
Man.
thing. Yeah.
Thing.
I don't know. I've never thought that deep into it, but like you go to places like Hin's Dam or like the what is
It's
it?
like the
Hinterland?
panthers out there.
What's it called? Like
Advanced
what's
town?
that forest called?
Advanced town? Like
No.
that?
What's the forest called? Like yeah, it's like the hinterlands or something. Man, like
The Gold
and
Coast
the-
hinterland, anyway.
Yeah, and there's an army base and shit. Like, why are you putting an army base? Because there's yowies, and they're trying to keep the yowies away from the Gold Coast population. Well, you think it's funny, yeah? Oh, these lights are aliens, but I can't have that.
You reckon they built a military base to get the yowies away from it?
Why else would they put it there?
Hey guys, we really need to protect Surface Paradise here.
Yeah.
So we're going to put
Imagine
the
a
army
yowie running
base.
through Service Paradise during schoolies.
Imagine how many drunk dudes would shape up to it as well.
I know I would have had a crack back in the day. But like, that was the other thing. Like I went and Jess, I don't know if she's still in here, but we went to the Hins Dam. I've told you this story. Just took the kids and the dog to Hins Dam, just in the boat.
Yeah.
Pulled up on a bank, like, away from the boat ramp. Pulled up, started like setting up like our little day thing, and found like a cat paw print, bro. And I was shit you not. Like, where's the camera? Like
Big,
like paw prints, like
Bigfoot.
like big
Paw.
cats.
Big,
I'm not
big
saying
paw.
Bigfoot.
No,
but
big
like,
paw. Yeah, I meant paw, not
like
foot.
like, I don't know, like panthers or I don't know. I look crazy now talking about
Well,
this.
but back in the day, no, we're not. But back in the day at school, in like around in Logan, they said that like a panther had escaped from the zoo.
You don't know that.
A panther had escaped from the zoo, and it was
I
out
remember
there.
reading something like that.
Like out the
So-
back of like Windaroo and
Yeah.
stuff like that.
So I don't know if they bred but there's big
Definitely
cats out
bred.
there.
Big-
And like I just remember like the idea of taking the dog there is to let the dog off the leash, and I seen that and I was like,
Come back.
bro, that'll eat my dog.
You can't stay.
No one eat my staffy.
No. I'd have a chop. I'd have a go.
What, the staffy or
Yeah,
the
the staffy.
Yeah. Big for her boots.
Real big for her boots.
But yeah, like I don't know how we went from Yo to that, but it's my Hin story.
I feel like we're rambling a bit.
That's all right.
I love a good ramble. But I think we might wind this down, wrap it up.
Could be female. It would be death by snoo snoo.
I don't know what that is.
What does that mean?
I feel like it's a category you might have to look up to. But I feel like, this has been a really good podcast, this one. I've
fun.
enjoyed it.
Yep.
Last one, obviously, the camera died, so we wrapped it up pretty quickly. But coming
How
up to
does this last?
2-hour mark, don't know, man. Don't know, man. But the Rimmerton King and Black Bite region, there are some yowies in the back bite range. I agree.
I agree.
I agree. Well, I'm a firm believer in UFOs, aliens.
Is that a real place? Black
Black
Buck
Buck.
Rangers?
Yeah, it is. Black Bite.
Where's that?
It's out there. There's a lot of people work out there.
Yeah, okay.
So Kingaroy's out west.
We
Kingaroy.
made that up.
No.
A Futurama reference. Okay.
But no, this has been a very good podcast, guys. So thank you very much to everyone tuning in today and just listening to Azra and I talk for the last 2 hours. Massive thank you again to GFAB from Chris from GFAB for hooking up the Tide boat with everything on there. Do yourselves a favor if you're looking for anything to do with sounders, sounder mounts, or anything. Like you need some new scissors or some pliers.
He does lots of stuff.
Does everything. Jump on GFABMarineEngineering.com. Have a look around. Treat yourself to a gift on there.
Does little cutaways for like Minn Kota foot pedals.
Super active on social media as well.
Yeah.
So if you ever get
Crazy.
a fish, whatever, he'll definitely reshare your content and all that sort of stuff. So again, thank you very much, Chris. We appreciate it. We'll get that stuff on the boat, and then we might even try and do a potty from the boat one day. That would be awful. It would be awful.
How are we going to do that?
Don't know, but it could be. It'd be wind blown and awful. But hey, look,
There's glassy days out there.
I'll bring the boat in, and then we'll just.
I think we
just have
just keep it here.
I think you're right.
This is Richo's brain.
But yeah, my brain doesn't stop. But we'll go over the boat and all that sort of stuff. But thanks everyone listening to me talk about Tide as well. Too. Thanks for asking me about it.
Story,
I mean,
bro.
it's not often I get to talk about these things anymore. We might dive deeper into that story if you guys are interested at all at some point further down the track. Might try and drag Josh in on one of those ones since he was there from the beginning as well.
DJ.
And then, we're planning on getting some guests in as well so you guys can see some personalities behind the fishermen that you see on social media and all that sort of stuff as well. Here's Thunder Spanner.
Thunder, how you doing, bro?
Someone we definitely would love to have on the show.
Yeah.
If you guys don't know, Thunder does something that's very, very difficult. It's got IRL streaming.
Fishing streams.
Fishing streams. So I put the Greener clip in your Discord, Richo. Oh, check it out for sure, man. So we'd love to get Thunder on here to give you guys a bit of a rundown on IRL fishing on Twitch, which he is probably one of the biggest, to be honest. Him and Shook.
Absolutely.
Yeah, him and Shook will be the biggest for sure. And
There's a
absolutely
very small handful
it's a niche
of what I'd say successful Australian fishing streamers
and
outdoor streamers.
Thunder's definitely up there.
Absolutely.
So I'd love to get Thunder on the show one day to sit down and pick his brain about that and all things IRL.
Yep.
I might be able to learn some things as well.
No, it's like
I can't. It goes like this.
jargon.
It goes like that.
It's jargon. Unless you know scripting and I don't know. I can't even explain it.
So yeah, we're aimed to have some more. So hopefully next week, guys, we'll have Callum on, pick his brain a little bit, ask him some questions, fire off some questions.
Yep.
I don't think Callum's ever done a live stream before,
No,
so
it's gonna be. I'm gonna love watching him square.
it's going to be fantastic. I'm going to put him right here.
It's bad enough for me, and I'm on the camera all the time. I swear,
do
this
this
guy's
right here.
never on camera.
Look at this.
I'm
Come on,
gonna
mate.
put my armor in it.
Yeah, like this,
And I'll
mate.
brush his hair.
Yeah, like that.
Get him relaxed for you.
Warm him up a little bit, eh? We're also going to get Jake Fairweather on here. I know Jake loves a chat.
It would be cool.
Jake's a funny dude too. So
That's one of my favorite things about being on the boat with Jake, man. It's just like
the banter.
but like
Sick,
picking,
innit?
like just listening to the someone that has worked out a fish,
The knowledge.
in depth. Yeah,
of course.
Like, it's very interesting.
Someone who chases that fish for a job.
Yeah, bro, like-
it's above and beyond. Hey,
And
Luke,
talking about the fish swimming out, like that's just
it's crazy.
it's crazy.
Absolutely crazy. So we'll definitely do that. And I know a lot of people will be definitely interested in hearing how Jake does his things and what he does. We'd love to have the Monduran on too. So
Absolutely. Yeah.
there's a long list of people that we're going to try and get on the show,
try,
guys. So make sure you hit that follow button if you have not followed. Make sure you share this podcast around to anybody else. This video will go up on YouTube as well. So if you've missed this one, we will upload it again. It is a long one, but I mean, you can't put a time on just chin wags. That's what it is. Just a couple of mates having a chin wag on the internet.
That's it.
But as always, thank you very much for.
Thanks for having me, mate.
All right, let's go sit back. Let's go sit next to each other again. Mate, but thank
Thanks
you
for
for
the invite, mate.
thanks for telling some stories, sharing some stuff, and
There'll be more.
Massive shout to you guys for tuning in, being involved with the chat. I know it's probably a little bit different to how you guys would normally be in a Twitch chat where everyone is talking directly, but at the same time, we want to acknowledge you guys and also
Conversate. It's
conversate.
hard to
so
conversate and read this.
exactly right.
I'm
'Cause
very aware of.
when this flows into as a podcast, it's when there's just silence and you read a chat, it's a bit different.
Bit
So,
weird,
but it's our second one. We're getting there. Okay, hopefully by the end of the year, we're a bit more proficient in what we do.
I'll be here for it.
All right, likewise, guys. Have a fantastic Wednesday. Stay safe out there. Keep a smile on your dial. 2K is not enough. Keep a smile on your dial. We will.
Go W's.
Everyone's just in here from F.
The boys are in here.
Well, honestly, shout out to FDG guys, man. Shout out to UFB. Shout out to UFB. Appreciate you guys being here.
It's not real life.
5K. All right, done.
UFB is just not real life.
Well, they look like real people to me, and
are.
they're in here
They're a
supporting
good
us.
bunch of people.
They're supporting the Tide
Some of
podcast,
them-
Tide Talks right now.
Not great, but
Shout out to you guys, man. All right, guys, we're gonna wrap it up, man. We'll talk to you guys later. Enjoy the rest of your day. Peace out. Laters.
yeah.